Caller, you're on the air.
Threatened. I felt unwelcome, and it was a death. And so then I went to my pastor, and I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Oh, you know."
But I do have something that's just
What is up, everybody? I'm so excited to be here right now. We are back. Calls from Beyond is back. I am one of your hosts, Austin Alvarez. I'm here with the most amazing, one of the most amazing women in this earth, really, if I'm being honest. But we have the legendary Miss Black Cauldron.
Hello, y'all. We're back.
We are back. We're in a brand new studio. You know who else is also back? That is a crowd favorite. Is George.
What is up? What is up? What is up? I am back. I am back. We're figuring things out.
We're figuring things out. It's a brand new studio. As you can see, we look a little crisper.
Yeah.
Does look sleek.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, George, you want to slide me that remote? I got to turn this AC down because it's bleeding. So, as you guys can see, this is a new studio. If you hadn't seen any of my lives before, basically, George and I used to work at a studio. We did a ghost hunt there. Black Cauldron was there with us. We used to do our live call-in show from there. George and I stopped working there as of end of April. It was kind of up in limbo. What are we going to be doing? And then George and I, George hit the ground running.
Per usual.
Y'all
thought I was going to miss a step?
Yeah, of course.
What?
Of course. He ain't missing
Welcome
nothing.
back. I love seeing everybody in the chat.
Oh, dude,
right
now, we have let's take a moment just to say hi to people.
Memories.
In the chat right now, at least on the bizarre side, we got Mari, we got Isis, we got Yasmin, we got Nicole, we got Max, we got Matt, Jewel. We got everybody on your end though. We have.
I know.
We
Shout
got
out
everybody.
to my patrons. My patrons are in here.
Yeah, we have
Anisha,
everybody
Yasmin,
in.
Max, all of y'all. Like, shout out Akita. Sorry. I'm trying to look at all of these people because I recognize a lot of y'all. Like, y'all are just amazing. Y'all came over. Shout out to all the TikTok users. I just went live for a quick second to let y'all know, like, come over to YouTube and I see y'all follow directions. So I love y'all down. Oh my gosh, I missed y'all so much.
Yeah.
Like, this is long overdue. I'm so glad that we're in a new space, new energy, and that we were able to pick up like we never even left off.
No,
Agreed.
we didn't. I'm getting a lot of errors on my end. I mean, the stream's up. It's up everywhere. I'm excited about that. But yeah, so it's going to take some getting used to. We have to kind of iron out the kinks again. But with that being said, we are here to do the Calls from Beyond show, which, by the way, it's linked in the title of both of ours. We have an actual dedicated page on YouTube for it.
Yes.
So I need everybody right now who's watching this to click on that name, Calls from Beyond.
Yes.
Go ahead and go subscribe over there. Say what's up in the chat over there.
Yep.
We're currently at 2 subscribers, so I'm hoping to bump that up a little bit. But
go over and subscribe because eventually we will not be going live from our personal page.
Yeah.
We will only be going live from the Calls from Beyond YouTube page. So go over and subscribe to us. Please, please, please. I love y'all down. Thank you so much for understanding. Can y'all hear me?
yeah, they can. I just wanted to move a little closer. So today, if this is your first time ever watching us, welcome. Glad to have you here. What is this show? This is a live call-in show. Think Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell from the 90s, early 2000s. Which actually, I think it still is a show currently.
Mm-hmm.
But we do our own take on it. So if you look at the description, you can see that there is a call-in number. So we have a Zoom call set up that George is monitoring because honestly, like, what could we do without George?
Right.
George is
I'm just merely putting things together here for the people. But yeah, no, some things have changed now that we're in the new studio. So you got to explain what's going on.
Yes. So you're going to click on the Zoom link and you might be a little confused. It is going to say, is it her name or is it just the show?
Rachel, you could tell.
Okay. So
she's the host.
She's the host of another show. She is kind enough to let us use her Zoom. So don't be alarmed. You are in the right one if you call in and it says Rachel, you could tell. You're fine. That's us. The way it's going to work is you can call in. It's completely free to call in. But there is going to be, I mean, George, do we have anybody yet?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so we already have some people, but it's going to stack up. It always does. It stacks up every episode, every week. It stacks up. You can super chat $10. Now, it is a firm $10 to skip the line.
Yes.
To super chat, and then you have to leave the last 4 of your phone number in that super chat so George knows who to go pull.
Yep.
And then think of it as like Disney Fast Pass, Lightning Lane's what it is now.
Somebody just went to Disneyland recently.
I just went.
Yes,
I just went
did.
a few weeks ago, and my feet still hurt. But basically, there's no obligation to pay to call in. You can call in. You can use that number down below. So you're going to call that number. There is going to be a meeting ID. That meeting ID is also in the description. As soon as you're done with that meeting ID, you're going to press pound. And then, George, if I'm remembering correctly, they're going to have to press pound again.
Correct. And then that will place them in the waiting room. And I am, as opposed to last time where everybody was not waiting in the call, I'm going to admit everybody, but you are going to stay muted until we call on your number. And that way you can hear the show live in the moment, so there's not any delays in between callers. Because there was sometimes last time we did the show where, callers were like 30 seconds behind. So
yes,
you will be in the room. Remain muted, and then I believe you press 9 to unmute yourself.
So unmute. Okay. So now, do they have to do that? Because I thought now they're going to be automatically just able to speak, but they're going to automatically mute.
Yeah, it'll prompt you. I'm going to click on ask to unmute, and then it'll prompt you to unmute your self, so that way we could hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's the new twist.
That's the new way.
And
I
then
have so many people in here
What's-
that are new subscribers,
Yeah.
and they are so confused. Okay, let me just reiterate. This is a call-in show, so we want to hear about your creepy stories, paranormal, Bigfoot, alien, cryptid stories. This is what me and Austin and George and Mr. Fresh, we were doing this months ago before I even reached 100K. So if you have a paranormal story that you would like to share with the world and have me listen to, because that's all I make content on, y'all. This is like the live version. Call the number on the screen. If you, for some reason, do not want to wait in line, because I am a microwave girly too. I don't like waiting. You can super chat $10 and skip the line, okay? So I know I have so many new followers since we did this last time.
So many. Okay, let's put it into, we're going to take a minute. We're going to take calls. We're actually going longer now. So also for the time being, just to kind of see how much you guys want this content back. As of right now, we're only going twice a month.
Yes.
Obviously, that's subject to change based on you guys and how often you want us to keep going. Because honestly, I mean, like you're at 197 watching right now. I'm at 20, which is crazy for not doing anything. Calls from Beyond, currently the YouTube channel has 8 people watching. So we have plenty of people watching. But so with that though, I totally lost my train of thought.
If we feel like, if you guys want the content, we can come back every week. We were doing it every week and the show was a success. We just had like a lot going on. Just both of us had a lot going on.
Yeah.
I was trying to build a community on Patreon, trying to get my YouTube up to that 100K subscribers.
That's
Shout
what we were
out
talking
to y'all.
about. Where were we at when we stopped doing the show? I think you were at like 20,000.
Somewhere around there.
And then in 3 months, you jumped up 100,000.
Man, listen, that's all because of my brother Austin. Like, y'all think that me and Austin are just like co-hosts and no,
we're in the
this is
trenches
really my
every
friend
day
in real life, and he's helped me so much with my content, and we made it. So shout out to Austin.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You.
So that I remember my train of thought. So we are going to be going a little longer than normal. Normally we go about 2 hours. Tonight we're going to be going about 3, because here's the thing. I mean, it's my studio.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody bumping us out except for George, maybe.
No, what, dude? No, this is really cool. For the people that are wondering, about the space, it's cozy. There's a couch.
So cozy.
Mr. Fresh has never felt more comfortable in his life.
He's never felt more fresh.
It's amazing right now. It's amazing.
He's saying it's amazing.
Yeah.
So
we love
shout
it
out to
here.
Mason.
No, I'm ready to rock and roll for this.
Everybody in the chat says life be life, and life does be life, but
life.
so I mean, just to kind of fill everybody in on it. I mean, the YouTube channel's taken off for you, and then like I said, I said it on TikTok earlier. So George and I started working at a studio back, and we left back in April, which is where the Calls from Beyond was originally. George and I were each able to go kind of our own ways. We're always going to be together, baby. Let me be real here. George and I, it's been over 10 years at this point.
Peanut butter and jelly.
But we kind of started up our own businesses, and now we're
thriving.
in 3 months I've blown up to the point where I think I have to like start cutting off clients and being like,
no.
This is how many clients I can have, so I can also still do Truly Bizarre and Calls from Beyond. So we've been busy, but we know that you guys have been wanting this. Did they say where Fran's at? Franny? I mean, he's at work.
I know.
He might be in. I know.
I miss Franny.
Shout out to Franny.
So
he
much.
got a really big job handed to him at his work, so he's in charge of like a really big
project.
Yeah. So
he's
I'm really.
the best. I love Franny.
What was that, Miss Fresh?
Franny.
Franny is literally the reason we're here.
Franny is the reason why we're here on me, because he reached out to me last maybe September.
I want to say it was almost a year ago now. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, you want to come on?" I'm like, "Sure, I guess." I didn't think I was making content that was that damn interesting and that anybody wants to hear it, but shout out to Fran, man. I really miss him. Like, we got to get him on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Tuesdays is a little weird. And the reason why we're doing Tuesdays is because of just life in general.
Yeah.
Like, I know George here coming up, his brother is playing for a much bigger college. And so I know the season's coming up. And so he's going to be
Traveling.
Traveling. We have extra time now. We're not working 60 hours a week every week.
Yeah.
But people are asking in the chat right now if the new studio is haunted. I don't think so.
I don't feel
Negative.
nothing
I
in
don't
here
feel
now. That
anything.
last one,
There was some stuff going on in there.
you would have thought Rosemary's Baby was born in that movie. It was haunted, okay? And our ghost hunt, if you have not watched the ghost hunt, it is on me and Austin's page. Go watch it. It was very interesting. And I recently did a video, which you probably already seen it, where I was like, shout out to the ghost hunters because I would never. And I said, wait a minute. Actually, I have, but not without
now you are.
Right. So it was very interesting. That ghost hunt, I knew something was wrong with it. And even everybody that was watching this call-in show that were clairvoyants, that were mediums, that had a third eye that just was out of this world was like, something's wrong with your studio. We can hear this, that, and the third in the background. Do you remember that? It was so creepy. Like,
yeah.
So we did a ghost hunt.
We did
and
it.
It was absolutely haunted.
We did that. So I'm seeing stuff. People are asking why didn't I do it on Bizarre Junkies? So I totally just blew over that. So I never owned the name Bizarre Junkies. I own the show. I own the content, and even that I really didn't even own the content. So this channel started years ago with my late friend and George's late friend Christian. We started it as what it is called now, is the Truly Bizarre. So originally when I started working at the studio, I wanted to start recording there. And so they were like, well, we'll do it for free, no cost, if you want to rebrand and become part of the network. And I said, okay, cool. Excuse me. And after leaving the studio, to be completely honest, I didn't want to keep working on a show by myself and then have somebody come knocking later asking for a paycheck. So I rebranded it back. So now I own this content. It's mine again. There's no over looming network. It's just literally what the people in this room want to do. And I think we had a meeting Friday about this show, and George and I kind of touched on it, and it just felt great that like whatever we want to do, we can do. So that's kind of what this is now. It's whatever we want it to be. So I don't have to worry about a network. I don't have to worry about George and I meeting quotas. George is expected to do at least 15 push-ups a show, though.
I know. And take his shirt off, apparently, according to some of the people in the comments. We used to have a great time. I'm glad that my new subscribers are here, the ones that do not know what this is, because I'm sure that you guys will be asking for it every week. When I say we used to have a time was had. It was creepy, but we had a good time. So we're just trying to bring it back.
And George can probably relate to this. Like, the times at the studio, like, they sucked then, and they still, like, you look back on it, and it's like I have post-breakup clarity now, and I'm like, But a lot of that, this is some fun times.
Yeah. We had a good time.
Yeah, like, energy was crazy wild.
Energy was always crazy. Like, they'd be recording, and nobody else is in the studio, and they hear something crash in the next room. But it was also very fun.
It's on there.
Yes,
George lived it.
Yes.
When that light started going,
Oh my gosh. It stressed me out
Yeah.
so bad, y'all. Y'all know I'm a scaredy cat. Even though I make this type of content, y'all know I'm the first to tell you I'm a scaredy cat. And I would always run to the bathroom because I didn't know what was watching me. You know how when you go
Yep.
through the hallway and you run to the bathroom and then hurry up and run back. That's how it was when I used to have to use the restroom during the call-in show because it was creepy as hell. The energy was
Yeah.
just weird. So go
Yeah.
back and watch the Ghost Hunt if you have not watched it. It's a very, very
People are quoting the TikTok we made where they say, "I'm the owner of this house."
Hey, he was the better actor out of the two of us because I kept missing my line. I was like, wait a
Hey, what
minute.
can I say? The middle school and elementary school plays paid off, baby.
Yes. And
They
I was
paid
like,
off.
why can I not get this line right? And then we got it right like on the third try. So shout out to you.
Appreciate it. I appreciate everybody in here right now. I mean, this is wow. Like I don't even know how to like
Hey Siri, play Reunited.
play Reunited. Yeah.
Yeah, on me. Shout out to my bestie. Hey Mo, I see you in the chat. So I'm just like super excited. And I'm a little nervous because I said I'm a scaredy cat, y'all. I told y'all I'm already a little. I want to hear y'all scary stories.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to that. Hey, we will. Here's the
Hey,
thing.
no,
we will.
listen, Linda.
We
We
do
have
have to
been
go over the
gone.
rules
There's
still.
some people that are new here, okay? And then there's some people that we just abruptly stopped the call-in show. So at the end of the day, this is a catch-up,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
So
we
I
definitely owe some people.
respectfully, if you can't have patience, we got 3 hours at this point. So I want y'all to y'all got to understand, it's a lot of people that have just started following me since we stopped doing the call-in
Yeah.
show.
Same here.
So, I mean, baby.
Yeah. So let's go over the rules real quick. George, I'll gonna need some of your help on this too. So when
Yeah.
you call in,
Mhm.
let's try to keep it
Which we have 5 right now. I just want everyone to know
All right,
that
we got 5.
they're-
We got 5
it's
calls.
stacking up.
stacking up. Remember, you can super chat $10 to skip the line, or if you want us to read your comment live on the show and name you, I mean, any super chat amount. We're not gonna $5 minimum. No, anything you support. Yeah, $100. Yeah, who's counting? Who's counting? So basically, we're gonna keep it. I mean, do we have a time limit, George, that we're trying to keep per call? Do we want to keep it the same, or are we gonna try to keep it lower? Or
Yeah, I think once you're coming in, have your spooky stories prepared, and it's going to be conversational format. So be expecting, the Black Cauldron and Austin to interject and want to get further information for the story specifically. So that's going to be another one of the little wrinkles that we're throwing in here. I think it's just a little more entertaining. You guys are calling in, and we're giving you guys your time. But yeah, there's not going to be a timer on the screen. But just know that since we do have 3 hours and there's lots of people, come with your stories prepared.
And really quick, George, they are saying in my chat that the
Yeah,
volume is very low.
So George, you can go to the output. There's a setting on the mixer itself. There's a
Hold on, y'all. Y'all gotta bear with us.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, yeah.
We still
so it's a touch
trying to
screen.
get it together.
So there's one of them. It should be like outputs, and then there should be. I might have to get up. I might have to get out of my seat and help with this. Do you,
And I
you
see
need me
you,
to?
Sonia.
You wanna
Thank
switch it
so
to her
much
cam,
for the
and
super
then-
chat.
Yep.
Just
Bear
give
with us,
1
guys.
second.
We're gonna be in this.
Make sure you tell them that when they super chat to comment the last 4 digits of their phone number.
Yes, I forgot to mention that to you guys. My OGs probably already know this, but when you super chat, put the last 4 of your phone number in because that's where we see it on the screen. There's a million screens. Yeah, we need your number, the last 4 digits. Sonya, and then it says mine's on 88. Okay, we're trying to fix the volume. Like I said, just bear with us. We're going to get to these calls, but put your last 4 digits of your phone number because there's a million screens behind us that you guys don't see. And we can pick your phone number out of the list of people who super chatted. So I believe, do you have any super chats on your side, Austin?
Not yet. No.
Okay, so Sonia is up first. Sonia, if you can please put the last 4 digits of your phone number, make sure you are already called in.
while we get this figured out,
He suck his stomach in to get. You know what? I do that too because I got a fupa. I got 4 kids. Okay. Okay, and while we wait, shout out, hey Rochelle, my patrons, y'all. Don't forget that I teach spiritual practices, spirituality, hoodoo, on Patreon. So, and they do get access to my content a little bit earlier than YouTube sometimes. Sometimes I do my paid subscribers on YouTube first. I kind of go back and forth. So, if you are interested in furthering a spiritual journey, then please, please, please join us on Patreon, as well as I am planning a retreat for next year to take y'all on a spiritual retreat. Now Max texted me and saying, please talk louder. We're trying to fix it, Max. But we are going on a retreat next year. It is set in stone. So if you would like to travel with the Black Cauldron and go do spiritual hood rat stuff, my link to my travel trip is in one of my videos. I did not link it here because this is totally different. But if you go to my last 3 videos, you can take the survey to travel with us as well, bestie. We trying to get the volume together. Let me know if it sounds louder in my ears. So let me know if this is better. Can you guys hear me better?
To me, it sounds good, but
Everybody's like, yeah.
Austin is louder.
Hey, D. Yes, all my people's up in here. Listen, I missed y'all so much. I miss interacting with y'all. I'm so glad we're in a new studio and the energy is there and the momentum is there. Trust me.
Tell Miss Sonya she already super chatted. All she has to do is call in.
Yes, Miss Sonya, if you just call the number that's on the screen, you will be first to tell your spooky haunted story and just comment the last 4 digits of your phone number. Okay, they said it sounds better, much better. Okay. So while this paid commercial break is brought to you by Fuck Around and Find Out, the Black Cauldron, like I said, join us on Patreon. The link is not in this description, but in my videos. Also, I am planning a spiritual retreat.
I'm chunky and there's a light there, so I have to.
No, I already was like, he's sucking his poop in to get past you. I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, this is a very comfy, cozy studio. But if you would like to travel with me, the link is not in here, but go to one of my videos, the last couple videos, and click the link to take our spiritual retreat. We will be doing spiritual baddie stuff. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, because you can be a spiritual baddie and be a man as well. Amen. So just take the survey, and yeah, I would love to travel with y'all. Now that we can hear Sonya. Okay, her last 4 digits is 3232. Look at that angel number.
Oh, I do have a super chat. I have 2.
Oh,
I have 2. So I'll put that number. We have our little
Yeah.
group chat in the back, and I'll put it in there. But we'll get to Sonya first. Cash Barbie, I appreciate the $2 super chat, but to skip the line, it is a $10 super chat, and she just sent it literally as I said that.
It could be just all love, That's how it be.
Me
People like to support who supports them. So shout out to you. And her number, the last 4 is 3232.
Yeah, I'm clicking the prompt to unmute yourself. There we go.
Thank you, Darnell.
Sonya,
I
you're in the
appreciate
room.
you.
Hello.
Hey, Traveling Blue. That's
Hello.
one of my patrons. Hey, girl. Hey. Thank you for coming over.
Hey. Hello. How's it going?
Good. How are
Let's
you?
see.
Good. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of, this is my first time on here, so sorry it took a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to give my story. I have a couple, but this one is the most recent, and I think it's probably the best one I have.
Can you guys hear Sonya?
Yeah. Sorry, we're getting it
Because
on the back
I can't
end.
hear her. I only knew that someone was talking just because I heard it.
One
Thank you,
sec.
Myra.
Sonya, we're not
Can
going to
you
take up
guys
your time from
hear
this.
Sonya?
I can hear her.
Yes,
so-
I heard her out of your headphones.
Oh, okay.
To let me know, I can definitely put on speaker or.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you just
Hold
fine.
on.
It's not you.
It's a us problem.
Yeah.
We're the drama. Sorry. I just
We're not
can't
going to
hear
eat
you.
into your
Nope,
time,
nope.
Sonya. I'm going to make sure we give you your full time for this.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing today, though, Sonya? How's your day going?
I wonder, can they hear
It's actually going pretty good. I'm home already off work.
Nice.
Ready for my man to get home.
I feel that.
Yep.
I feel that.
Mhm.
Can you hear her?
No. you, Sonya.
But you guys let me know whenever
Sorry.
we're ready to go. I'm here.
Check this out. Check this out. The good old Swapperoo headphones. Sonia, can you still hear
Hi.
us? Yeah, I can still hear you. Go ahead,
Yes,
Sonia.
yes, I
There
hear
we
it.
go. Okay,
Perfect.
it was just a headphone problem. So now we know don't buy these cheap headphones, guys. These are task scams. Don't buy them. Do not buy them. That's what we learned today. All right, Miss Sonia, you can go ahead with your call now.
Yeah, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys one of my like stories that happened with me last year. It pretty much this is how it goes. So I had a really bad nightmare, and I usually sleep with an eye mask on to kind of dim the light out, so I can sleep easier. Um, and basically, how my dream started is I was basically looking outside of the window, kind of watching myself sleep, and I saw someone dressed in all black with like a redstone necklace, like outside. But it was like the curtain was only like a tad bit open, so I could kind of see someone outside. But for some reason, I couldn't see above the head. I could tell it was a man just by like kind of the body, but I couldn't tell a big difference. Um, Pretty much, I'm trying to rip off my mask now because I noticed that I'm asleep and someone's out there. So I'm trying to take off the mask, trying to take off the mask. It just wouldn't come off. So it would end up kind of back on my head and my face. Um, and pretty much I couldn't see anything for a while. So I tried to kind of like wake myself up, like pull my hair and kind of like, I've seen it in the movies, people do that. Um, so nothing was working. And then I woke up from the struggle, and my dog kind of knew something was wrong because she was just sitting up on the side of me, just staring at me. So I was really, really sleepy, kind of fell right back into sleep, and I actually fell back into the same dream. So then I woke up, and I didn't struggle as much as the last time when I finally like woke up the second time. So it was the scariest thing because then I'm praying and I just immediately started praying and praying and looking and just kind of touching my walls and trying to like cleanse my home. There was dogs barking outside and everything, and I finally looked at the time. It was about like 3:15, 3:14 a.m. actually.
Oh goodness,
So
witching
yeah,
hour.
that was pretty much yeah, it was pretty crazy. My dog came over to me and she was just looking like shocked, like she didn't want to. I kind of told her, get it outside the window. That's kind of how I get her to bark and stuff, but she was not messing with that window. So,
No. So let me ask you this. Whenever you looked inside of the
yeah.
window, or you could see yourself sleeping through the window, were you sleeping with the same clothes and the eye mask that you went to sleep in?
Yeah, like, cause I would look at myself and I was wearing the same thing. I had the mask on when I was standing up. I was wearing the same thing. It's almost like if I was watching myself sleep.
Oh, honey, you were astral projecting.
Oh no.
You need to make sure. Okay, so this unintentionally happened to me too. Like, I literally lifted up and looked back at myself sleeping. I said, "Oh hell no, girl! You are clumsy. You will literally get lost somewhere, and it'll be the worst movie like ever. Like it's like Insidious. What is it? Insidious?
Insidious? I think
Insidious.
so.
Yes, 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 yes. So sometimes we accidentally astral project, and it's so ghetto and it's scary. So before you go to sleep, just make sure that you are calling in a protective energy. Especially some people are doing this on purpose, lucid dreaming, playing out in the astral plane. Just make sure that you are praying over yourself, because the fact that you looked at yourself through your window is probably telling me that you are astral projecting and just did not remember getting out of your body. Okay. And I know
Mm,
Austin's like, no, seriously, this is really
No,
a
I believe.
thing.
I trust me. I believe you now.
No,
After all the call-in shows, I believe you now.
hello, I didn't told him he gonna fuck around and find out
I
one of
already
these
did
days,
that.
and he did.
I already
He
did.
did, you know. So just bring in that positive energy. Anytime I go to sleep before, because I do this unintentionally, and I don't want to be out in the astral plane. I always like ask my ancestor spirit guides and the Most High to like protect me as I'm sleeping, because when we are sleeping, we're the most vulnerable, and we do ghetto shit like astral project on accident. So I totally believe you. Your dogs have no veil, so he probably
Nope.
looked at you in bed and then looked at you
Wait
out
a
the
minute.
window as well. So
Do I get fed twice?
right, do
yeah.
I get fed? Do I get treats twice? But just Always, and this is for everybody. Before you go to sleep, whether you're religious or not, just ask for that extra layer of protection, because we be doing things that we don't even realize we do when we're asleep. We are so vulnerable. But thank you so much for sharing your story, because I absolutely believe you. I
Yes, thank you
promise I
so
do.
much for the super chat and for calling in, Sonia.
Yes, yes.
I hope you have a great rest of your night and hope you stick around for the rest of the show. But yeah, so I think we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next caller, which
Thank you guys.
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Sonia.
Thank you.
I think that's gonna be Lashner.
And just before, this person isn't trying to super chat in, someone sent me a 1999 super chat
yes.
just to say, I want to thank you, Noah, so much. I have learned so much about my spiritual journey from her. You have a supporter for life. Thank you so much, Kamisha. I love you down. That is one of my patrons. I love my patrons. They are like near and dear to my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, love. But go ahead.
We appreciate no. It's all good. We appreciate the support. Yeah, so I think it's Kashner, which is going to be the last four numbers, or Lashner, excuse me, of 9917. Should be getting a prompt to unmute yourself. They have to press 9, George?
I believe so. If somebody, there we go. Yeah. It'll tell you
Okay,
what to
is that me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey
Welcome
there.
in.
Hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
Anyway, this story is going to be a little bit crazy, but it starts in 2000. Well, it starts probably in 2012 with the end of the Mayan calendar, but let's get to 2017. So 2017, right? Like, I'm laying in my bed, I'm drunk. I have a bottle of champagne that's empty. Like, the bottle is literally on my bedside. And all of a sudden, this energetic thing comes at the foot of my bed, right? Like, it doesn't, like, it looks like the abyss. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. Like, well, what I shouldn't say that part yet. Like, but there's like this magnetic field kind of thing going on. And it looks at me and it picks up a scale and it goes, do you think your heart is as light as a feather? Because I think not. And your next life will be your sulfur life.
All right, then.
You know, that sounded horrible to me. Like, nobody wants to hear that. Like,
Right. Like, wait a minute. This is the message you chose to give me, ma'am? Like, hold on.
it's like, I'm Osiris. And then, like, again, I didn't even know who, like, now I know Osiris like nobody's business. But that day, I didn't know. Like, then, honestly, and then you can believe or not believe, this energetic, this is where the abyss comes in. Like, this force comes through my window like a big tube and knocks me out of the bed into my, like, dresser or whatever, and, like, goes, what kind of cancer do you want to die of?
Whoa.
Hold on.
It lets you pick?
I know. I was about to say.
Well, I said bladder cancer because as a nurse, I knew exactly, like, I'd rather it just, like, get gently into my blood and, like, take me away. Like, you know, I don't want bone. Like, that's the worst. Lung is really bad, too. Like, no. So, like, bladder. And then Spirit goes, oh, you picked Taylor Swift.
Wait, what?
I don't know what that means. Like, who knows even what any of these things mean? So then Spirit says, okay, there's this thing, there's this eclipse, and in 7 years, there's going to be a second one, baby doll. And you have two choices. At the end of it, you can be a piece of carbon or you can be a diamond. But I promise, if you want to be a diamond, you're going to be under pressure, under pressure.
And this is why I missed this show. Sorry. This is why I missed this show.
It's been 7 years, and there's some Natalie Martin. I've been here and I've been golden orchid, crowns around my feet. Honestly, the past 7 years have been insane in the brain. I'm here, though. It's a little bit crazy with the gang stalking and the CIA and the NSA and the Neuralink and whatever. Like, who cares? I'm learning rings. I know now I know the infancy gospel of Thomas. Like, and I know that from Aleph to Bet, the Binah of the Torah, the Bet of the Hebrew alphabet. Like, I know so much mess that, like, these 7 years have given me, like, it's insane. Like,
No,
I know
the
some,
last
I
7
know,
years have been totally insane. And you have to think
Yeah.
about it like this. Like your story started off and you were like, I had drank the champagne and blah blah blah. Why do you think they call alcohol spirits? Hmm? That
I never pieced that together.
no, I'm
Well,
serious
well,
No, I know.
though.
I never
And
pieced it
hold on.
together.
that's why. And why do you think whenever you get drunk, you stumble and all this other stuff? It's because somebody knew something that we did not whenever it came to alcohol. So if you are having spirits and different, I don't know. I've never heard anything like this, to be
No.
honest. Like there are deities that will visit. And I'm gonna leave it like that. They will visit you, especially if there's something that you need to do or something that you need to work on or whatever the case is. But the fact that they're telling you about your next life is scary. And
Oh no, they're not telling me. They're telling me that we're all coming. Like, this is what they're telling me, is that we indeed, with Yeshua HaMashiach, again, I didn't know how to say these weird words. Like, I literally was a nurse in Los Angeles, California, and now I know how to say Yeshua HaMashiach, which is the Messiah, the Christ consciousness of the last deity that supposedly gave his life for us, right? But he didn't. The fact is, he is a she. She is wisdom. Wisdom gave birth to us. That's the primordial light from the primordial ether that created all of us. It's the womb, man, whatever. Like, it's a woman. Like, that's the thing. The only thing Yeshua HaMashiach said that was real is, if you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, you will be doomed to Sheol forever. Again, he didn't say it like that because, again, there's like all this Septuagint. I've learned too much in the last 7 years. My brain is too hurting. But
no, I mean, I totally get it because I read from the Sefer as well, and a lot of what you are saying, I've studied in the Sefer, so I totally get it. But yes, no, we do have to move on to the next caller.
Yes,
but
thank you so much for the
I
super chat and
appreciate
calling
you
in.
calling in. Seriously, thank you so much.
Interesting story for sure.
Yes, yeah.
all right.
What she's talking about is
this is real.
Sorry, yeah.
what she's talking about. I've read in the Sefer.
What is the
And-
Sefer?
Yeah, can you please
Yeah,
explain
for
this
us-
to me? Because
us
I think
boring
there's
people.
a lot of people
Okay,
that
so
are.
think of it like this: like when we practice, who do we read out the Bible? The Bible is missing certain books, like the Book of Enoch. It's like a bunch. It's like the Torah, but it's not. Like it's like the Bible, but it's in like layman's terms. It's very much so a good book. It has every book that ever was missing out of the Bible. So
Right.
the things that she said, I'm like, I understand it. That people may not understand it. I mean, some of the words are in Jewish, so it's like mine, I bought a big one. It was $150, but it was the best investment. Like when I do my conjurings, I don't read out of the Holy Bible. I read out of the Sefer because it's the exact same thing, except like they call
got every
like
chapter.
God, yeah, like God, like Yeshua or Elohim or different things like that. So it's I understood what she was saying.
Yeah, well, okay, because it did seem to like revolve around that. But how did she get to that? Didn't she say something came to her?
Yes. And that's
So
why
astral projecting again.
right. Well, no, not necessarily because
Okay.
I mean I've seen spirits and deities in my sleep and when I was astral projecting, because usually when you astral project, the room looks different whenever you went to sleep. Like the one time that I knew, okay, like girl, your ass is asleep. And I was in my house, but it was a soft yellow light. It looked just like my house, except it was soft yellow and some of the furniture was missing. And there was an old black man wearing white in my corner talking to me. And I was just like, okay, I know who you are. There's something I need to do. And that's why I told her, like, she's like, they're giving her warnings and different things like that. And I'm like, no, yes, there are warnings that they do give you, but there's something you need to do or work on. And that's why they're coming to you and telling you about yourself.
So they come to you and say, in like almost as like a foretelling,
Yes.
and they're like,
Yeah.
hey, stop putting it on,
Right.
the Patriots to win the Super Bowl.
You're
every year.
right,
It's
you're
obviously
right.
not working.
They're literally giving you
Do they
life
come to
advice.
you, George, and tell you that? Have you had anybody visit you and tell you what sports bets to make?
It's a negative. I'm waiting for
No.
that day to happen. But
No, they'll never come and tell you anything like that. Even though
It's like actual things like, hey, you're going down the wrong path
or
in life,
yes,
or-
and then like when you're not ready to receive the information, like I've had a man with an Haitian accent, a Haitian or a Caribbean accent, talking to me in my sleep, and I was just like, I can't understand you. And then that same voice was coming. Yes, Irish man. I figured out I was Irish. I didn't even know that. But I've had different people that have these accents and they're so heavy, but it was because I wasn't ready to receive the information. I wasn't.
Gotcha.
'Cause
Okay.
I'm doing bald headed hood rat shit. So
All right. Well, we're going to get to the next super chat, which is Cash Barbie, George, and that's going to be 1647. And then we
that.
have another one, I think, for Black Cauldron after that.
yes,
So
Miss Sexy Lex, and that's
we appreciate all the
7533.
support from everybody. And like I said, it doesn't cost anything to call in. But if you do want to skip the line, it is a $10 super chat to either channel, either her channel or my channel. And you have to put the last 4 of your phone number for us to know who to pull from. I mean, we love you guys and we know most of you guys. We don't know your phone numbers for good reason. Just like you don't know
Well,
ours.
they think I'm psychic and I read mine, so I think they may. But thank you so much.
What am I
Sexy
thinking
Lex.
right now?
You're
I had to look at your
correct.
face, like
Nothing.
Yeah, and
nothing. I didn't see
I
anything.
get yelled at all the time. She's like, "Why are you like you're just zoning?" I'm like, "Yeah, men have a thing where we can just
Hey,
tune out."
But I'm just low, and me and you can look and know that neither one of us is serious.
Mr. Fresh, you ever do that?
1647.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
Welcome
Hey,
in.
welcome.
How you guys?
We're doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm pretty good. So I actually have 2 experiences
Okay.
with
Okay.
I'm not sure to call it sleep paralysis or if I was almost astral projecting.
Mm-hmm.
So the first experience, I feel like it was more paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
I was living in an apartment, and for some reason, whenever I fell asleep with the bathroom door open, the bathroom was located in the room,
Mm-hmm.
I would feel like a pressure, almost like I was suffocating
Mm-hmm.
as I woke up, tried to wake up, but I couldn't move. And I noticed when I closed the bathroom door, I didn't have that experience.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, staying there, I found out someone actually passed away in the bathroom. I believe they committed suicide. And I wasn't really into the spiritual side at the time, but since then I have gained more knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that was more so of a spirit trying to, I don't know, take over me.
No, I don't even think it's that they're taking over. Whenever someone does, sometimes when you die in a traumatic way, like your spirit, you can be earthbound and like spiritual realm bound, in my opinion. I've talked to so many mediums. I've talked to clairvoyants who communicate with people that have committed these acts. I can't say it on here because, YouTube, they real sensitive nowadays. They block the live. So, and from what I understand, it's almost like, have you ever seen The Grudge?
Mm-hmm.
Where when you die in a horrible way, it's like you leave an imprint or whatever the case is. Yeah. So I don't think they're necessarily trying to take over you. It's just like a loop, in my opinion. Like they're living that shit over and over again because that's not the way they were supposed to go out in the first place. So, but I believe you. I didn't see some scary shit. So nothing is beyond belief for me.
I would say even with the ghost hunt we did at the studio, like, and that's not even. I mean, George,
that's not even as scary as what she was talking
no,
about.
and George and I've done 3 of them now, and like I feel like every time there's something. I got touched on the last one.
Oh, see,
I got touched. Nothing, not aggressively, but something touched my calf.
Don't be touching me. We don't know
Yeah,
each other
but,
like that. Ooh, see, But I know she has another story. I
Yes,
don't want
yes,
to take
yes.
your time. I'm sorry.
We won't count that
No
against you. My bad.
problem. So the second event, I felt like I woke up before I was supposed to, but I couldn't move. So it felt like sleep paralysis.
and I could hear and feel like something heavy to the left of me, like sitting or laying into the bed. And I couldn't turn to see what it was because I was sleeping on my right side facing the wall. And all I could feel was a pressure after that, like coming on my chest. And I kind of like was in my head swinging because I could see the wall, my cover. I can feel the bed going down. I can see, like, I couldn't see any apparition or anything, but I could like see the covers folding to the weight. And I kind of like was swinging in my head, and then I kind of like broke free of the paralysis, and I was swinging the air. And after that, I kind of like jumped up, turned the lights on, and I came across a video later on from Brother Panic, and he was explaining that feeling like you can't move, paralysis, as you're like in the beginning stages of astral projecting. So what is your view on that? How would you gauge it?
Listen, as a professional sleep paralysis victim, I mean, I've been to sleep doctors. If you watch one of my videos a while back on sleep paralysis, I was going to every doctor in the land because I thought before I was spiritual, I wasn't even in my 20s yet. I mean,
Wow.
and I still, let me tell you.
Well, you're 21 now, right?
22. No, I'm an old lady, okay? Now that I'm in my 30s and I know what it is, it absolutely can. So whenever you are in sleep paralysis and you know that it's about to be a problem, because immediately I just had an attack like maybe 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Recent?
Recent?
I couldn't believe the word, the nervous D word. Like I was so offended, I could have slapped it if I could. But
should have.
If you feel like you are about to fall asleep and you go into sleep paralysis, if you just be still, and that's my problem. If you just be still and like literally fall to sleep and not like look around, like literally tell your body to shut down. It's hard. It's something that I know how to do, but I still be offended that I have these experiences. You will astral project or lucid dream. Some days I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just surrender. I'm just go to sleep. Other days, I know for sure that it's spiritual attacks. Like, I don't understand. And people send that energy towards you. Or sometimes you have that energy attached to you. But I 100% believe you. I've dealt with this since I was 12 years old. I can remember my first sleep paralysis episode. I'm 33. Don't tell nobody else, y'all. So I totally believe what you're saying because I've experienced the same thing where you want to fight back. You feel like you're swinging. You can see the bed moving. You can see your blanket's moving, but whenever you finally wake yourself up, nothing's there. It's crazy.
And it never happened again.
Listen, good for you. Good.
And I've tried to make myself astral project, but I can't seem to master it.
Yeah, no.
At the moment.
You can meditate. If you want to astral project, just meditate and meditate and meditate. Open up, like sharpen that third eye. But remember, everybody wants to astral project, but there is some very low shit in the astral plane that will scare you into never wanting to. If you go to TikTok, that's my favorite place, TikTok University, YouTube University. They teach you how to astral project, but they always tell you, be careful now. Because in that astral plane, it's not only the high vibrational beings, it's the very lowest of the low. So just pray over your protection and everything.
I sleep with all kind of charms.
Yeah, listen, I teach my patrons, if you want to astral project, put sage, mugwort, salt, either white sea salt, black sea salt, pink Himalayan salt, in a little satchel and put it on your pillow before you do it. Okay? You can, if you practice hoodoo, you can read Psalms 23, Psalms 91. You should be good. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate your support. And thank you so much for calling in. Glad you were able to get in. George, I think we're going to move on to the next one. As we move on, though, I do want to just let everybody know we do have Calls from Beyond merch.
Yes.
I did post the link in Noah's chat. I did post the link in the Bazaar chat as well. Check it out. We've got shirts, hats, stickers, all that fun stuff for sale. You can help support the show. Before we get to your super chat, I did get Yasmin, who is I believe a YouTube member for both of us, which
Yes,
you
I
can
love
get
her.
extra content for both Noah's channel and my channel if you become a YouTube member. I don't know. I think your lowest one is $2.99.
Yeah, something like
And then-
that. And shout out to Nicolette. She just became a member of the
Yes.
channel. It really works out for people that want that early content.
Yes.
Because I always post there.
You post it early. I try to post my stuff early. I even post extra stuff that you won't see unless you are a YouTube member. You can be a YouTube member for Truly Bizarre as low as 99 cents. Calls from Beyond isn't monetized yet, so we're working on it.
We're
But
working
then
on it. Make sure you guys go follow that page. Like I
Yes.
said, eventually we will not be going live on our own pages. We are trying to build a community for Calls for Beyond. So it's in the description, right?
Yep, it's
Go
in the
ahead,
title,
go
so you can just click it in
subscribe,
the title.
please.
But going back to Yasmin, she didn't want to call in. She just super chatted $10 just to support. So thank you,
I
Yasmin.
love
We really
Yasmin.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you so much. That's one of my patrons. I love y'all down. Y'all always support
She's
us.
an OG for real.
OG for real.
I feel like everybody here, those pretty much like I know we have a lot of new people, but we got the OGs are not shying away from coming back.
No.
So I think we have a super chat from you. I think Sexy Lex,
Oh yes, sexy. I love that. Sexy
which is
legs.
7533.
Yep, 7533.
Boom. 7533. Callers are stacking up. Caller, you are in the room.
Sexy Lex, what is up?
She might have to start 9. Oh, she's unmuted. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear us? Lex?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
She just muted her.
Oh no.
Or,
But that's if
no,
we can't.
She's still unmuted.
Oh okay.
Okay, can you hear us, Lex? I know we're still maybe like a 20s. There we go.
We go.
Yes, there is a little bit of delay. Hey, Lex.
What?
Oh,
Wait, am I in the room?
Yes,
you are.
ma'am.
No, yeah. You. This.
Can you
is-
hear me?
Yeah. This isn't Lex, so we're gonna have to put you on mute. Lex,
Just
are you
one
there?
second.
Okay.
Just 1 second. Thank you for waiting patiently. Appreciate you.
No worries.
Lex, you're unmuted.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
There
Is
we
this
go.
sexy
You
Lexi?
That's me.
Hey, boo.
That's me.
Don't shy
Hey,
about that.
I just want to call in and say I love your guys' channel. I literally just moved into my new apartment. I was like binge watching your guys'
Congrats.
channel.
Oh, congrats. Thank you so much for the support.
You're welcome. But I actually have a story now, okay? Because I'm moving to my apartment, and as I'm watching guys' stuff, like it's very strange. Around like 3 in the morning, 1 in the morning, my dog is always like looking into corners and barking crazy. Like he does it so bad to where like now where my bathroom is, I have to close the door because he'll just like stand there and just be growling and just barking at stuff in the corner. I'll shut the door, he'll run to the kitchen like he's following something, growling, still barking. I get my sage. I'm like, oh no,
She
Not
said I keep
here.
it on deck, not here.
not here. I got my candle lit, my little white candle lit for the purity by the front door, my sage all around my apartment. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I know I'm watching this stuff around like the wee hours of the night. So it's probably like energy and vibes coming through or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes, it can be. My own mother tells me that I scare her, and I'm like, Mom, I scare myself too. I don't watch my shit at night. Are you crazy? I'm not watching that at night. But trust your dog. Let's go ahead and just say that dogs are like babies. They don't have a veil. They can see everything
Or a
that we
filter.
cannot, or a filter. And they will literally stand their ground and be scared all damn night. So everybody get your pen and papers out. I'm going to tell you what to do whenever you move into
Hold on,
a
let me get
new,
Let me
a
get my
new
pen and
house.
paper.
We gonna
I'm trying to move next year, so I'm trying to take notes too.
Yes, screen record cleansing 101. This is only game that I give my patrons. So whenever you first move into a house, first thing you do before you move any furniture in, and I'm pretty sure you already probably moved your furniture in, it's okay because you didn't know, okay? So I would say to smoke cleanse your house. You can use cedar, you can use sage, but I mean, when I say smoke cleanse, don't be surprised if your alarm goes off, like your smoke detector. You need to hit the corners. You You need to hit the closets, like up in those little corners, up in that they love to hide their negative energy.
Yes.
Hit it. Then you want to cleanse your house, spiritually cleanse it. You need to pour some Florida water, white vinegar, and some hot water, and just literally cleanse your floors, mop your floors. You can regularly like clean them with your Lysol, whatever the case is, but you need to spiritually cleanse your house as well. And once you are done, line the doorways with salt. The doorways, entryways, anywhere that is an outside type of thing, you need to line it. And if you practice hoodoo or if you still read the Bible, read them Psalms 23 for spiritual attacks and 91 for protection. And you read it loud as you're like smoke cleansing, because too many people tell me that they pets or they feel uncomfortable in their new space. And like I said, this is the only game that I give my patrons, but since you called in, I'm telling you, all you need to do is cleanse and put some salt around your house and the crooks and crannies and all that good stuff. And I bet you that it stops. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. But I do also want to talk about one story that I had in my life that was pretty crazy. I feel like everyone has a Hat Man story. You know what I mean? Like everyone when you're younger, you see the Hat Man, you know, that's like the norm.
Yes.
Kind of, right?
Yes.
But for me, I feel like I had this situation happen to me where I was in another state and my boyfriend was in another state as well. And he actually got in a situation and was shot and killed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And yeah, it's okay now. It was like years ago, but I remember feeling something was wrong. You know what I mean? Like I remember I felt something was wrong, and then like I called his phone, nothing happened, whatever, right? And then I can just tell, like I had just talked to him, maybe like an hour before everything happened, everything was fine. And then like an hour later, something just shifted my energy, which made me be like, you know what? Let me call him, see what's going on. No pickup. I said, what the heck? And I'm calling, no one's picking up. It was very, very, very strange, intense, tight in my chest. I knew something was wrong. Now, since this whole thing is kind of new to me, right? You know, so I'm trying to figure out what was I feeling. Like, did I feel that he was gone, or did I just know something was going on, like in the atmosphere?
I think it's a little bit of a mixture of both. So what a lot of people don't know, I don't even know if I told you this, Austin.
Maybe not.
My brother was murdered in April.
Oh, you did tell me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And whenever I got the call, like it's so crazy. When I got the call, I seen a Georgia number. It was unsaved. He lived in Georgia. I'm in Las Vegas, obviously. And I seen the number and I was just like, oh, my brother's dead. Now, my brother had just gotten out of prison, not even 30 days before. He had spent all of COVID and he was in prison. Yes, he was always in and out of prison. Poor thing. I mean, epigenetics is crazy. But I said out loud, my brother is dead. And I don't know what made me say that. I just lay there in the dark like, okay, let me get my ass up because I felt it. And I don't know if it's a thing with DNA whenever you share it with someone and something happens to them, you just have that feeling like something is wrong, you know? So I think it's a little bit of a mixture of both, that it's that you just have that discernment and that you guys share DNA, you know, especially if you're spiritual and you are open to that kind of energy. I've been like right after his death, I was getting calls from a Georgia prison, and I don't know nobody in Georgia, or not Georgia, Pennsylvania prison. And I don't know anybody in Pennsylvania that's in jail, but it would say you have a collect call from, and it was just static and it would hang up. So it's just, I feel like it's.
I had a thing happen to where, like, I remember one of your other callers called in, and where it was like their dead grandmother or dead brother called. I remember I thought I was going crazy. I was literally like, because I was confused on what happened, but then like I remember his phone called me before, and it was like no one's there, and I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yes. And I even like I have siblings on my mom and my dad's side, so like. This is my brother on my father's side, and me and my sisters on my dad's side have a group chat. And so I sent the screenshot to them, and I'm like, who the hell is calling me from a Pennsylvania prison? He was killed in Philly. He's born and raised in Philly, but he, went back and forth from Georgia. That's where my grandmother and my dad passed. That's where they were at, but it was just weird. Like, they tried to reach out, and that's why, like, I know a lot of people, they get on my YouTube videos and they think I talk out my ass. No, I talk out of experience. Like, Spirit will try to reach out in any way. That feeling that you got was discernment. That was your brother just, kind of nudging you to know, like, hey, something's going on. It's almost like with twins.
Yeah.
If one passes away or if one hurts himself, you can still have that with someone that is not your twin, but you share a parent or parents with. So.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree, because after he did pass, the year he was born, which was like the number 87, I always saw that number 87, or like his birthday numbers just pop up everywhere and stuff like that. So I don't know. I always take things like that, like, even for other people that are listening, like when you see stuff like that, I think it's like a sign that they're like watching over you and everything's gonna be okay. Because you never know what's going on, like in the astral realm. Like,
right.
the spiritual realm is so different than the actual life here. So.
Yes. No,
that's
true.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you so much. And again,
support.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you so much for
Congrats
calling
on the
in.
new apartment, though.
Yes, congrats. Do what I said, and if it doesn't work, email me if it doesn't work. But trust me, you'll feel much better.
All right. So
wait.
Yep. Yes.
Before we even go on, whatever we're gonna play a trailer for you guys. But I have a commenter. Hey, Brandy girl. Hey. And this comment is, only the blood of Jesus will cleanse your home, nothing else. Use the word of God and command every spirit that is not of God to leave in the name of Jesus. Yes, that is true for you Christians. Listen, I don't know if you follow me. I invite you to, because I'm very open, but this is a space where we don't want to feel judged. This is a space for spiritualists and spooky enthusiasts. And can you please just tell me where I'm supposed to get the blood of Jesus Christ from so that I can do this cleanse? Because we put the Bible in there. I told her what to do, but I don't want anyone to feel like they can't ask me questions, because I am a spiritualist. I don't consider myself a Christian, but we don't want to be like judging. We don't want Christian supremacy in our spaces. It's
no supremacy.
Supremacy.
We're here to enjoy everybody, but also not put anybody down.
Right. I don't want
unless you put pineapple on pizza. That's where I draw the line.
Excuse me. Hey now.
Hey,
don't test our friendship like that. Don't test it. Because cut pepperoni and pineapple pizza is my favorite type of pizza outside of buffalo chicken pizza.
That pizza.
No, you're a psychopath for even. You probably put sugar in your spaghetti.
No. No.
Because we would not be friends.
What is this, Elf?
No, but in all seriousness, please, you guys in the chat, I get it. But a lot of us here, they follow me and they are spiritualists. Some of them are Christians. I love my brothers and sisters that, are Christians as well. But we don't want to make people feel bad about things.
Yeah, we're not trying to make anybody feel down or try to put somebody else above another. So we'll definitely try to keep it a cool space. I mean, we enjoy everybody here. We want it to be comfortable for everybody. I'm getting roasted in the chat. I guess I deserve that.
Wait, what?
For the pineapple.
Yeah, pizza. Don't you ever. Just like Don't you ever. Just like Mexican pizza from Taco Bell is still delicious with.
Who said it wasn't?
Who said they didn't like Taco Bell? It was you.
It was you. You're the hater.
It was
He's
you.
the hater.
It was him.
Nobody likes Taco Bell.
Oh my God, freaking love taco. It is prison food.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna take a quick little break. The stream's not going anywhere. We have bladders and stuff. We have to go to the bathroom. But we're gonna go ahead and take a quick little break. We do have some trailers. We have an upcoming ghost hunt coming out next month for Truly Bizarre. George and I went back to Good Springs.
Yes.
We went to a house and George, maybe George can add in. I never felt scared or nervous at the saloon or at the studio.
You was scared?
Oh, bro! Everybody, like even Brian. Brian was like, "Dude, my knees buckled."
He was like, "I ain't gonna be no bitch. I'm not scared." But
we did it. There was a mine shaft on the property.
Oh, when you sent me the text message, I said, "What the hell are you doing?"
Because I sent it to you that night. I sent her a
this
video.
Is extra white people activity because that is scary as hell,
George
bro.
Is there.
Nobody went in the mine shaft.
George was there to record.
They?
I bet you were on the mine. Like, you sent me looking down with the camera like a psychopath See,
You gotta get the shot.
The Cuban came out of Georgia. He was like, I'm not getting close to that shit.
There was minorities there too.
Yeah.
It wasn't just white people activities.
I know.
Okay?
Yeah, I was doing
Yeah, trying to make it seem like just white people activity, but like
no, I'm teasing.
in the video though, in the full video, I'll show you later. When it comes out, we look at the mine shaft and you just hear "God damn" from George as he sees it for the first time.
Who just has that on their property?
No, shout out to y'all.
It's different out there.
I would
It's
be so
different.
scared that that building wasn't going to be building and it was gonna fall through.
No,
and
I
was
never
gonna
felt
be...
that. It was just such a dark energy in there. Like I had never, I felt energy.
Mm-hmm.
Never felt energy like that. Like even George was like, it's a little,
It's a little scary.
It was heavy.
Yeah,
it was heavy in there. So
that's how I felt at the not the
at the studio.
The studio. I don't know why I was gonna say center.
Even then, I could tell.
Right.
Even with the thing in the back, which if you haven't seen it, you got to go to our channel.
That
to watch
ghost
it.
was there to like
he had a
Christian
full body apparition.
Christian was definitely there, like trying to create this duality of light and like keep the dark at bay. But anywho, we're gonna play.
His ashes are at George's house and my house now.
Oh,
but
good.
We're gonna play some. But Asia did send in a super chat, so Asia, we're gonna get to you as soon as we get back from this break. We appreciate it.
Give us 3 minutes for just don't go anywhere, you guys.
Don't go anywhere.
I promise. Especially my new yes, y'all know what it is. Y'all seen what we're doing. Just chill.
Calling my name, it's been in the form of whisper, and it's also been like through the window for the outside of the bedroom and from like somewhere else in the house.
Do you not want us being in your space?
So you're not in here anymore? Did you leave?
Calling my name, it's been in the form of whisper, and it's also been like through the window for the outside of the bedroom and from like somewhere else in the house.
Do you not want us being in your space?
So you're not in here anymore? Did you leave? Where did you go?
I'm getting nervous.
I wasn't nervous on the second one, and I am.
Either create a line.
It just said Austin. It just said Austin.
Is that what it was? I could have swore I saw something just move in the laundry room.
Okay, no, this feels a little weirder. Yeah.
It's always creepier, right? when the world starts to shut down and everything else starts to wake up.
What's your name? Let's communicate.
Oh, wow.
Who's with us? There we go.
Wow.
Now we got some activity. Who's in here with us?
Wow.
Yeah, we feel you. We know you're here. Show us another sign. You guys can feel that, right?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Show us another sign. Can you touch something or move something? Can you make a noise that we hear? What was that?
In the door frame here, like in between the door and the frame, I saw I saw it like get darker and then lighter. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed those trailers. That's for our upcoming paranormal investigation. We're waiting for Black Cauldron to come back. You know, she's taking care of some things, freshening up for you guys. But so, George, kind of looking back on it, I mean, how do you feel about
Good
that?
Springs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, first off, being out in the middle of the woods is always something that is very terrifying. Like, camping to me was always a little spooky. You correlate being outside, alone, quiet, with a lot of things that could be paranormal. So it sets the scene beautifully, and we are in a town that literally is
Population like 30 people.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows everybody. You know, there's chickens running around. It just the community, it seemed close knit, but at the same time, I just think there's so much history. You know, you go to Vegas. You know, we live in Vegas. You go on the Strip. You definitely can feel some of the history walking through some of the older casinos. But when you're out there, you're like, damn, this is where it like originated. You know, this place was around before the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, that's where a lot of people lived when they went to go build Vegas and even part of the Hoover Dam. So, but yeah, I mean, so that one, we're still cutting it. It's going to be a long one. It was a good one, but yeah, I mean, it was.
What are you most excited for as far as like response from the viewers? Because we've covered this area pretty thoroughly at this point,
and we're going back again next month, actually.
Yeah, and that's a fun event that, you know, I don't know. Have you told the fans yet?
No, I'm still finalizing it, but basically,
this is
fresh news. So starting, I believe, in October, I'm going to be hosting paranormal like investigations at the Pioneer.
Okay.
So you can pay through the Pioneer. I believe it comes with like some food, some drinks, and then you get to spend a couple of hours with me at the Pioneer, kind of doing your own investigation. So we're going to go, we're actually going to have some big influencers out there with us doing it. We're going to do another investigation at the Pioneer. And then I can kind of blow my load a little bit, right, George?
Yeah.
I can kind of let people know. So I'm currently working on trying to get us the Goldfield Hotel.
Oh.
The big boy hotel. I'm working on trying to get us that as like our last big investigation for the year. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have somewhere you want us to kind of go check out in the kind of West Coast area, definitely let us know at the Truly Bizarre, because I'm trying to do more of them. That's kind of where the channel is moving towards, is more so paranormal investigations. Kale Straight said road trip. Yup, sure is a road trip.
I endorse it. We always have a good time with the spooky community.
Always a good time. So I know we do have a super chat to get to, and that is Miss Asia. It's 8503, George.
8503.
Yes.
There we go. Brand new into the room. 8503. They'll unmute themselves in a second. 8503.
Little background noise. So I did a poll while we're waiting. I did a poll on the Truly Bizarre YouTube. I said, should we go live every week? And with a good amount of votes, it was a 96% yes. So, but I hear we have Asia in the call. Asia, is that you?
Oh, yes. Hello?
Hello. Welcome in.
Hi. Hi, you guys. Oh, wow.
Hey.
Hi. Okay. So I'm going to just get into the story. So it's not something that actually happened to me. This is like one of my dreams that I've had. And I lucid dream a lot. I do not do it on purpose. I would rather get my rest. But it does happen very often. But this one actually had me terrified. And I've like gone up against monsters in my dreams. And this one actually really had me terrified. So I work for a cell phone store. And it started off with me in a cell phone store. I was kind of by myself. And this one of my assistant managers from one of the stores that I've actually worked at in real life, she just like busts through the door, and I see behind her like darkness is just coming. It's like a tornado almost. It's like coming, and it's bringing in a lot of darkness at the same time. So she's trying to get me to come with her. She's like, "Come on, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here." With her is some man. It's a young man, and I don't know who he is. I have never met this person ever in my life. And he's not saying anything. He doesn't seem panicked like she does. But I grab her hand, and then she asked me, she was like, "Where would you like to go? Where do you want to go?" And I'm like, okay, well, if we talk of safe spaces, then I want to go to my childhood home, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we end up like we're teleporting.
Mm-hmm.
And we end up in front of my house, like my old childhood home. And I don't know why. I just decided not to go in the house. Instead, I walk up the street and we go into a church. And this is the church that actually is on that block and everything. It's like a Catholic church. I was baptized here as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I go into the church and I'm like, well, we can go here. I'm like, well, we can go here. And as we're about to go into the church, it's like, I don't know, it's like she got shot or something, almost like she got shot. And she just like dissipated. Like she just left, like literally like Spider-Man, and just was gone. And it kind of freaked me out a little bit, but I still went into the church. And as I'm going in there, the scariest part was that when I'm in there and I get to the very back of the church, there is they look like stone statues. Like it's a throne room. There's stone statues of like 7 men just sitting at the back of this little, like this really tiny room. And there's a door to the side leading to the street, and people are coming in and going out of this room. And they're like praising them, they're venerating them. And then there's like this little yellow orb in the corner as well. And the people are venerating the orb. And I was freaked out a little bit. And all of a sudden the person comes back. My old assistant manager, she comes back out of nowhere. She just turns back up inside. And the dude is still with her, but he's like lacking color almost. Like, he's still the same way. He doesn't say anything the entire dream, but he's talking to Jody, but he never says anything, but he's talking to her. And I was just like, that was already freaky enough, but I walk up to one of the statues and she goes to like the orb to like figure out what that thing is. And I go to one of the statues and this thing is talking to me, but I cannot hear a single word that it's saying. And at some point I almost got hypnotized by this thing. And I'm just like, I'm like hypnotized by this thing. It's talking to me, but it's like these people look like stone statues, and they have like almost Native American headdresses on, but they also look like black men. They look like black men on these stones. They look like they're covered in ash, like they're stone themselves, but they're talking, they're moving, they're talking to the people that come in and venerate them and stuff like that. And I'm getting entranced by the one and like hypnotized by the one I'm talking to. And all of a sudden my assistant manager, like her name is Jody. So Jody snatches me out of the trance and she's like, come over here. And she goes to the orb and she points at it and she's like, that's yours. That is yours, Asia. You need to get it. You need to get it because it's yours. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, I don't really think it's mine. Like, she's telling me it's mine, but I'm like, I don't really think that's mine. Right. And she's like, but you need to get it. She's like, you need to get it. So I start trying to like get it. As soon as I go to get it, it makes all of the statues upset. They don't move though, but they are very upset. And then they're talking. You can hear now, but it's not a language I understand at all.
Have you ever done an Ancestry DNA or like a 23andMe?
I have done a DNA test only because I don't know who my father is, and my mom is black, but I don't know my father. I did the DNA test, and I'm like half Mexican. I'm black, and then I'm also like Peruvian. It has something as far as like from Hong Kong, but 1% European, and then like Bengali. And I'm like, that's like the craziest mix of things. But yeah, I actually have done it, and no natives popped up in there though, which was crazy about the dream. And when I went to go try to get this thing, they got pissed off and Jody died again. She died again. And the man that was with her went with her. So when she's gone, I'm like, oh, snap, maybe I do have to hurry up. I'm trying to take this thing. I can't, every time I try to touch it, I phase through it. Like, I can't touch it. And I can't get it. So at one point, I just try to absorb it almost, like try to absorb it. And I don't really feel like I ever got the thing, the orb or at all. I don't feel like I got it. But when she popped up again, she just grabbed me and she was like, Asia, we have to go. We got to go. We're out of time. We need to get out of here. And I don't feel like I ever got the thing. But when I look over to the man that is with her that has not said anything but to her, and it must have been like through their minds or something because she knew what he was saying, but I couldn't hear anything he said. This man is almost translucent at this point. Like he can no longer be seen. Like, you know, he's like a ghost almost. Like I'm looking at a ghost. And she grabs me, we run out of there, and we're running up the street, and the dream just ends with us running through a field of flowers. And she's like, you did pretty good today, Asia. And I'm like, I don't know what I did. I have no idea. But when I woke up, I was literally trembling when I woke up. I was trembling. I was like, that was the freakiest thing that's ever happened to me in a dream. And I lucid dream a lot. And when I'm lucid dreaming, I'm like going through apocalypse. I'm saving people and I'm taking them to safe places. And I'm like, it kind of seems like that, but like somebody else did it for me instead. And I'm like, but the dream is still to this point, like I don't understand any of it. And it was so weird. It was the weirdest thing.
But the fact that you remember it like bar for bar.
I remember all of, and I don't usually remember my dreams. I remember pieces of them and like certain things that happened that I should hold on to. But I remember that dream so vividly, and I'm like, it was the weirdest thing ever.
And that's why I asked, like, have you done an ancestry DNA test or some sort
I gotta dig in deeper at this point
because this is very specific, and a lot of people don't know that there were Black natives. You know, we came to America 200 years before Columbus did, bearing silk, gold, and everything else. So
and I think it does have something to do with that only because when I did the DNA test, the Black side that they actually found, it dated back like to a very long time ago, before the 1600s, but it was like in like the southern parts of America.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Like it was like.
I'm going to recommend you to someone.
A little geeky, but.
No, yes. If you have some girl, you got hot ancestors. This absolutely sounds like to me. I'm not a dream interpreter. I am going to recommend you to one though. And they are here on YouTube. I recently just worked with them, but it sounds like that was some type of message. And it's just weird because it's almost like astral, but it sounds like lucid dreaming, especially if you knew that you were dreaming. That is like, that's the number one.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I know. Yeah.
So I would recommend reaching out to Trinity Oracles. I recently just did a video. It's 3 psychics and their sisters, and they are naturally psychic. I've had a reading with them since I did my my interview with them, and everything that they said, it was just yesterday. Everything that they said would happen today happened today to the T. So, and one of them specializes in dream interpretation, and they call upon your ancestors. I mean, they said things that I had never met these women before, and they knew things that nobody knows, not y'all, not my patrons. I would highly recommend if you go onto my channel underneath the videos, it's a video that says they read Noah for filth. Reach out to Trinity Oracles.
I saw that one. Yep. I got you.
Yes, because they'll be able to break it down. Thank you so
Yeah,
much
and I
for
definitely
calling
think
in.
that Quiet Man was my Jody's one of her ancestors or spirit guides. That definitely. And once he was translucent at the end, I was like, oh, that's your spirit guide.
Yeah.
That's why he hasn't said anything.
And then the fact that they were talking, but nothing would come out. So you definitely reach out to them. It's worth the investment to sit down with them at least for a 15-minute session.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We appreciate the support. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
How's it going, George? George, they haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, and they're not gonna. Okay.
His girlfriend
it's called follow me on Instagram,
right?
Listen,
where can they find you?
Extremely active profile right here at Mr_George_Carmona. You type in George Carmona, I'm still gonna pop up. There's a guy that has the @ tag. This is how cool the Instagram is. There's a guy that has the @ tag at George Carmona. I pop up above him. Okay.
That's because he's that guy.
And I'm not even verified yet. Don't need a blue check to
be a real one.
To prove that I'm real.
Yes.
I couldn't even get a blue check for Truly Bizarre.
No, listen,
Well, they're
that
expensive.
reminds me, while we're on the air and there is 242 people in here, I only have one profile, baby.
Yes.
Please, please.
Oh, yeah.
Do not get scammed. Do not
We're not going to
get
ask you for
scammed.
money unless it's right here for Super
Right,
Chats.
like,
we're not gonna, please give me $300 so I
It
can
is
read your fate.
crazy. And if all in doubt, you can send it to my actual Cash App and then I'll send it back. That has happened a couple times as well. People don't trust it because it's not me. They suspect. Don't get scammed, y'all. Y'all know where to find me. Okay?
Facts. But yeah. No, that's it. That's where you could see George. You can hear George all you want when we do these live streams.
I know. Listen.
That's that.
George's girlfriend said, not
Hello?
this time. Hello.
Hello?
Oh.
Hi.
You guys ready for your next caller?
Sure, yeah. Hi, who are we
Yes.
speaking to
That was
right now?
bold. That was bold. They were just like, hey, I'm going. I'm going. I like
I'm
it. All right.
sorry.
No, you're
okay.
good. You're good.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about something, an experience that I had, like a dream.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's okay, like, I'm not going to say anything offensive, but I hope I don't offend anybody by saying, like, I feel like Hecate is a very strong goddess. I used to be afraid of her because I didn't understand her, but she has lit the way, her torch for me wherever I go. And a lot of people might agree or disagree that, I'm black and I can't call on a Greek goddess, or you're white, you can't. But, like, I do have friends that are Caucasian that have, like, actually just prayed to Oshun for just healing, and they received healing. So I don't know how you feel about that, but I just thought I'd call in and share that experience, like, about the goddess.
Yes, no. I think I touched a little bit on Hecate on one of my videos recently where I was stitching XX Tenacion, and he was on a jail phone call with his lawyers, or his spiritual lawyers, and they were telling him, like, you need to say this, that, and the third. I know black practitioners who are not in the ATR line. There is a initiation that needs to happen when it comes to ATR to work with certain goddesses and gods and deities and spirits.
Yeah, because you don't want to respect,
Yeah, but I just recently was initiated within the last, what was that, back in February?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't necessarily work with those spirits, but I would ask them, hey, make a way for me to initiate properly so I can. Thank you for always protecting over my life. I still did those things. I just didn't work with them in the sense of I'm doing magic with them. But absolutely.
Oh, yeah, because I've been doing this since I was 12. I never got initiated, though.
No, for like Hecate, those are different. It's different whenever it's like an African traditional religion. We operate on a different system. I know black practitioners, white practitioners of Hecate, and I've never heard of having to pay for like initiation or anything like that. But she's absolutely a very, very strong deity to work with. She's a very strong spirit. She very much so reminds me of the perfect mixture of Oya and Oshun, which are deities and spirits in my pantheon. So
thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, she's very, listen, she's a hot girl. these deities have their own personalities and attributes, and you want to work accordingly. So I thank you for calling in just to give that little tidbit to the viewers. I know a lot of them are African American and some of them aren't.
Like I've cried out to her, and she's always helped come to my rescue, like every time.
Yeah, and that's fine because, like I said, if someone else knows in the chat something that I do not know of anyone ever having to pay to be initiated into the line of faith that holds Hecate at that standard. Only places I know are African places, religions that you have to pay a certain amount of derecha to be inside of it. So shout out to you. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you.
Well, that was interesting. I love that. When I say I have a mixture of people that follow me and subscribe here, like our conversations are always just feed my soul,
Of course. So if you are just joining us, welcome to the Calls from Beyond show. If you like what you are hearing, we do have a merch store. And right now, I forgot to mention this, I just found out. Everything is 20% off right now on the merch store, so feel free to go ahead and check that out. I'll post the link again in Black Cauldron's chat.
Yes, please.
Just so everybody there has it. Also, please make sure to go subscribe to the Calls from Beyond YouTube.
Yes,
channel.
please. Like I said, we are here for a good time, not a long time. Eventually, these videos, these lives will only be from the Calls from Beyond YouTube page. So please go and subscribe if you love this kind of content. If you subscribe to me and you want to interact and be the first to see these type of videos, go and subscribe to the official YouTube channel.
But say subscribe to us because we're still going to be putting out other content.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And if you're not subscribed to, listen, I'm going to do them like I do in my videos. If you're not subscribed to me or him, what are we really doing, friend?
I thought we were friends.
Subscribe. I thought we was friends. Subscribe. Turn your notification bell on so that you can be the first to know when we post.
Yes. These up here, the @ tags are, I'm pretty sure, the same for both of us on all platforms.
Yep.
TikTok, Instagram.
Yep.
Facebook.
Or
YouTube.
mine's is Noah one. It's like 111 Noah 111. Please don't get scammed on TikTok.
Don't get scammed.
Okay, that's my Instagram up top, and you guys obviously here on my YouTube page. Yeah, just help us out. Go ahead and subscribe to all of the platforms.
And if you have been a subscriber and you're really enjoying the content that we both put out, you can become a YouTube member on both of our channels. So what's up, George? We got another caller?
Yeah, we got 4 callers currently in the waiting room. Yes. Noah?
Just 1 second before we get the next caller in. I'm reading my chats, and I don't want my words to be misconstrued. Okay.
Yes.
So, Pima said, side note about initiations, you should always, pay something, no matter how little spirituality you need to make a void so you can receive what you absolutely. Let's go ahead. I wish I had a round of applause for that.
Do we have that? I think we do.
Do we have a round of applause?
No, the soundboard is pretty spooky. We got bubbles.
There you go. We gave you bubbles.
Listen, I'm the Black Cauldron. That is absolutely correct, because whenever we are asking spirits for things, that is spiritual currency and worldly currency is required. Whenever I am praying to Elegua, I give candies, little McDonald's toys, rum, cigars, actual money. It's an exchange of energy. So that is absolutely correct. Thank you so much, Pima, for bringing that up. So, yes, we'll go to the next caller. I just want to put that out there because I don't want y'all coming back to clock me on my own tea.
Nope.
So, go ahead, George.
We're going to go 0041. 0041. I believe it's *6, bro. In my head,
it's *9,
It's
or is it *6?
Okay, because
somebody commented on
it so many times. Caller,
Can
you're in
you
the
hear
room.
me?
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
I love your content, both channels.
Thank
Thank
you.
I love it. And you guys inspired me to talk about my spooky experiences on my platform. It's
Awesome.
a very small community.
Okay.
But I love safe places, you guys. Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're so deeply appreciated.
Thank you so much for
Okay.
being
We
here.
try to do for you guys. Yeah.
I could literally call in every week, you guys, and give you guys a spooky story, but I want to give you one that happened to me when I was a teenager, just to see if you guys know what folklore this may, I don't know, be a part of, or I don't know. But anyway, so I was at a friend's house,
this was in a small city called Beacon, located in Dutchess County, New York.
Mm-hmm.
And Beacon is an old city, a lot of old buildings. Like when I was a teenager, the place that I worked at was about 100 years old. It used to be like a fire department. So just to give you an idea of like this old city that's upstate New York.
Mm-hmm.
So anywho, I'm at my friend's house. I don't know what it was, but back in the day, reality TV was my thing.
Oh, me too,
Basketball
girl.
Wives launched their first episode. I don't know. It's just my thing.
Yes.
So I'm in the living room with my friend, her mother, and her little sister. We're just going to say her little sister's name is Lily, and my friend was Rosa. My friend's mother decided that it was a little late, so she went to bed. And we ended up staying up a little later, just watching whatever, the ending of the show. It was one of those like rewind TV, so you can kind of rewind and watch it. It wasn't live TV or whatever.
I remember that. Yep.
So anyway, yeah. Okay, cool. So Lily was about 3. Again, me and my friend were like 15 years old. So I'm into this show, and my friend gets up, and I remember she just went into the room with her little sister. So I'm guessing her sister must have fell asleep or something. I wasn't too sure. I wasn't really paying attention. I'm not even going to lie to you. So it was about 15 minutes to the ending of the show, and I want to give you guys an idea of how this room was set up so you can get a visual. So the living room connected to the kitchen, no dining room space, just a hallway that went off from the living room to the left. At the very end of the hallway was my friend's room and her brother's room, and then in the living room to the right was her mother's room. Okay, so I'm pregnant, guys. I'm out of breath.
No, take your
No need
time.
to
Listen, I've been
apologize.
through that 3 times. Go ahead, girl.
Okay. All right. So anyway, the show wraps up. I get up. It's like 11 o'clock at night at this point. The living room, the only thing that's on is just the television and the hallway light. I go into the refrigerator, and I'm like going to the bottom drawer to grab a water, and I hear Lily little footsteps coming down the hallway from the bedroom, and she walks behind me and comes to the left. Now, you know when it's dark in a room, everything in your peripheral vision looks blurry.
Mm.
So the first thing I say, I would never say this now because I'm a mom, but this is what I said to her. All right, I said, Lily, do you want some juice? I don't know. So I went in there at the top of the cabinet that was right above my head. I grabbed a little bottle of little sippy cup, went in the fridge, grabbed that Tropicana peach, poured it in the cup, put a little bit of the water from my water bottle in it. And while I'm screwing on the top, Lily just walks from behind me and starts walking up the hallway again. So now I'm like, okay, she didn't say nothing to me. This little girl is so bubbly, very, very talkative. She lights up the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know. Why is she not talking? Man, I turned over. I turned to look over at the hallway, and it was this tiny little 3-foot tall shadow figure.
Oh, gosh.
It was all black, and it was looking at me.
Sorry, we
Okay?
had to add the dramatics in there because I didn't think that was Lily to begin with.
Yeah.
I saw that
Girl.
coming. I didn't think a duende or like little shadow person was going to follow, but continue because this is too juicy.
Yeah. Whew, I'm an adult now. I'm almost in my 30s. But, this is my first time ever encountering something like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at this little tiny 3-foot tall shadow creature, and its body is facing towards towards the hallway, but its head is facing towards me, like it's looking at me, right? So I say, Lily? So me being logical, I'm like, it's just a shadow from the hallway. I'm bugging.
Mm-hmm.
This thing just walks off towards the hallway. So I go to my friend's room. Now, when you're scared, everything feels like you're in a different paradigm. You know what I mean? Like time just stops and you shook. So I start walking down this hallway, and I go to my friend's room. My friend's like painting on a nail or something in her own little world. And I'm like, I look at her, and I look at her sister's toddler bed. This baby, and anybody who's a mom who has a toddler knows when a baby's fake sleeping and when a baby is awake, like playing around.
Mm-hmm.
This girl was boogers, drooling, knocked out, sleeping, you guys. She was knocked out.
I would have told my friend,
And
listen, I'm coming back in the daytime. I don't want to I ain't trying to scare you, but I'm out.
Yo, Oh my God. I looked at her and I said, Rosa, did Lily just come down the hallway about 5 minutes ago? And she looked at me and looked at her sister, looked back at me like, no, this girl been sleeping when I came in the room. But I figured the show's about to end anyway. You're gonna come in the room. So you know your way around. I've been a regular at our house. We've been friends since like middle school at this point. But I didn't tell her what I saw, but she knew something was off.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I ever had encountered a tiny shadow person. Has anybody ever told you a story about a tiny shadow person?
Hell no, not one that shapeshifted into a 3-year-old. No.
I've heard a lot of like seeing
Girl.
small shadow figures, but nothing that like morphed into.
Right. Nothing that morphed. I'm like, what could that have been? Because obviously we talk about the Wendays, we talk about the Fae and all that other stuff, but I've never.
Yes.
That is scary as hell.
Guys,
I would have
I've been
on my way
calling
home.
for years, different podcasts to get answers. Like, and I've had shadow people experiences, and never have I ever experienced a 3-foot tall shadow figure. And I just.
That is weird. So, just for context purposes, you assumed that it was Lily, but it really, in all actuality, never was. You just assumed that the little person next to you was Lily.
No. The thing, I really.
You've seen Lily.
My parents, let me tell you, they were Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? So we were street preaching all that. I wasn't into no paranormal anything. So I literally thought it was this baby girl standing next to me, and she's just tired, probably just wants some juice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's probably teething. I don't know. So that's what I was thinking. Like
But it
I
was
didn't
dark.
know.
So you never saw Lily, actually.
It was dark.
Oh, girl, that's the window.
No, not in my corner.
I thought she
swore you answered that.
It's called the Wende. So they're little creatures. Like they come from like folklore in the Philippines, in Mexico, in different places. Thank you, honey. Just different places.
Because I saw your videos of that. I watched your videos of that.
Yes, and so they are. Some people consider them members of the Fae, and then other people are just like they're miscreants. They will kidnap you. Some of them like to keep you. You'll think you're hanging out with the Wendays, and they're giving you gold coins for an hour when you've been there for years, and they were pesos.
40 hours go by.
Yes, no. Sometimes some of the folk tales they say years. Like people went missing for years, and they thought these people were dead, but really they were hanging out with the Wendays and came back the same age. So, I've heard of it before.
So they look like shadow creatures when you look at them in the light.
No, they look like
shadow.
Well, it depends. I can't say for sure if you saw a duende, but that's what it sounds like to me. But some people say they look like little elves, and some people say the Fae. Have you heard that before? That they look like elves, or like
especially like the Fae.
Yeah, the Fae, or like I showed one video where the girl was like, I seen something that was the size of an American doll, which is probably about this high. And she just walked through a portal in her backyard, and it scared the shit out of her. So I don't know. Chat, y'all drop what y'all think that
the
was.
Closest one. I'm on the call. Should I like?
So we can. Sorry about that, everybody.
Yeah.
We were just showing what a duende rendering looks like.
Okay.
We can still hear you though on
I'm
the
gonna play
call.
back the video.
You can't hear
Thank
me?
you.
Even right now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, somebody said no sound.
Yeah. So
we'll just leave it as it is. But
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, look it up. Trust me. Even though I did a video, I only touched the surface. Like the Wednesdays are something else.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
time, you guys.
Thank you so
Bye.
much for calling in. Sorry about that, everybody. Like I said, y'all got to bear with us for the first few while we get these things.
That must have
ironed
been
out.
really creepy. Like I'm just like Googling duende. Like they
Yes.
probably thought
And
a
there's
duende
no sound.
hacked us.
We were trying
There's no
to.
sound,
Yes, there's no
just
sound.
Images of
Listen,
duendes.
They said no, we don't want to talk about that. So for those who could not hear us, we suspect that she's seen a duende, and I was explaining to her like that is very common in like Spanish-speaking countries. Even though I mentioned the Philippines were under Spanish rule for hundreds of years, and they speak their tag is like tag and Spanish put together. So they believe in it. It's very weird, but yeah. Thank you so much again for calling
thank
in.
you for calling in.
Do we have another caller? I see the
Yes,
list.
we do.
All
righty.
I know we do. While we're waiting for the next caller,
6186.
6186. Make sure to check out the merch store for Calls from Beyond. It's 20% off everything right now.
Yes.
Helps support the channel. Helps us. George works off of bacon, egg, and bacon, egg, cheeseburger. Hello. Welcome in.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, I finally got you. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for being patient. I know
Yes,
y'all
thank
were in
you.
line for a little bit.
No problem. Okay, so I got two stories for you guys.
Okay.
Okay, first one, this probably happened when I was a little kid. I was with my parents, and we went to their friend's house. I don't even remember who the people are or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember their sitting room was downstairs in their basement.
Mm-hmm.
And at the bottom of the stairs, there was this dark room that didn't have no lights on or anything. I go down the stairs. I'm halfway down the stairs, and I see red eyes looking back at me.
Mm-mm.
I start spazzing out. I freak out. My parents have to come and get me.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh, it's just the clock. And I guess the people who live there talking about it was just the clock
No.
that you're looking at. But I'm like, now that worked for me when I was little. But I'm just still thinking about that situation. I'm like, eyes doesn't look like numbers.
Mm-mm.
So I've always wondered about that.
I've seen them same red eyes.
wondering.
Nope, it's a lie. It is a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie that they tell you. But I wasn't a child. I was a teenager, maybe 16, 17, except I was laying on my back in sleep paralysis, and I was just looking at the ceiling, and it was like a black cloud with red eyes hovering over me. And I was just like, okay,
Wow.
Lord, help me, because I don't know what to do. So I believe
freaked
you.
out. My
Yeah.
parents had to come running.
Yeah.
I'm screaming and everything.
Yeah, no, I believe that's what you're saying, because I've seen it as well, except mine was in sleep paralysis, where you kind of have no
Uh-huh.
choice, and yours was as a child when you had no veil. So I totally know what you're talking about. Manny, you said you got a second story, right?
Yes, I do. Okay, so this happened. I was an adult. I was like in my early 20s, still living with my parents. And in my room, my bed was like in the middle of the room where, you could come around my bed either way, either on each side or on the foot of my bed.
Mm-hmm.
So one day I'm dead sleep. I don't know exactly what time it is, but I get woken up by a presence being in my room. I can just feel something in my room. I'm too scared to open my eyes, but I can still see what's there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a man with like a fedora hat on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing this in my mind's eye, not knowing I wasn't even into spirituality at the time. But I'm like, I can feel him like he's on the side of my bed, moves to the foot of my bed, and then moves to the other side of my bed. And I don't hear any footsteps. I am wide awake, but my eyes are still closed. I'm not even trying to look at what it is. Too scared.
Yeah.
But crazy thing is, and then it's just it just goes away. Then I kind of recover. I'm up for a minute, but then I go back to sleep. I don't want to see if it's just sitting there looking at me, so I make myself go back to sleep. But then the crazy thing is maybe a couple of days later, I'm coming in from a club, and my parents' room is like right across from mine, and my dad just up from out of nowhere just like, who do you have in your room with me? Somebody just followed you in your room. I'm by myself.
And I would have turned, Father, I fear we are in danger because nobody else is here but me. Oh, no. Was this all in the same,
Yeah.
not the first story, but was this in the same house?
No, the first house was at my parents' friend's house. I don't even remember whose house it was, what the friends were. But this one was at my parents' house, and there's always some kind of weird something going on there since we moved in. My sister had a little baby, and the toys would go off by itself.
Oh, wow.
Like nobody, she wouldn't be in there. Toys would go off by itself. In that same room, I always felt like somebody was following me. So I would like run into my room and close the door because I could just feel it behind me.
Yep.
Still to this day, that house is weird.
Yeah, no, I had a house like that too. When I first had my daughter, we lived in a house here over by is that Clark High? Over by Clark High.
Yep.
And the first night there, I knew something was wrong with the house, and then it just got progressively worse. And
Is this the one you talked about when
I don't
we
even
first
think I
met?
did. No,
With the
I
flies?
started. No, this is another one. I need to start
what?
sharing my own paranormal
What?
experiences. This is why I am the way I am. So my son, my 2-year-old at the time, it was in Chinatown, and the first couple days we moved there, like my sister, she felt something there. She was helping me like move in because I was 8 months pregnant. She's sitting there with the Holy Bible in a rocking chair with my son, like scared as hell. I was like, what in the country? Like it looked so like weird just to see her that spooked. First night, something weird happened. And then as time went on, my 2-year-old kept saying, Mom, there's a man in the bathtub. And I'm home by myself. So I'm like, what fucking man? What man is that in my bathroom? So I would go and he'd be like, Mommy, the man is in the bathroom. I'm scared. Or he'll come running out of rooms screaming. And I believe my son. So then my brother came and stayed with me, who was in his early 30s at the time, came and stayed with me and was like, I'm not trying to scare you, but I opened my eyes and there was a man running up your stairs in a jumpsuit that was not that was not Mr. Fresh.
And this spot was probably
Wow.
Yeah.
50s or 60s.
Yeah, it was made in the 50s. It made me investigate like what happened here because
We had AC vents in the floor. That's how old the crib was.
yeah, it was just an older house. Sorry, he's over here like listening. We are traumatized. I have PTSD just thinking about it. And it's all started with me hearing something, thinking that it was one thing, and then my 2-year-old started seeing things, and I automatically believed them. And then a 30-something-year-old was like, this, that, and the third. Yeah, it was interesting. This is why I am the way I am, you know? But then again, I was watching Freddy Krueger at 5, 6 years old.
The night he died.
Yep.
See, me too, but I'm just like, those are the things that just stuck out. Like, it's so weird how I can see something, but my eyes is closed. But I'm like, I am not asleep.
Yeah.
I'm wide awake.
It's scary. Like some of the most scariest things that happened to me were in my adolescence and my early 20s. So, girl, listen, it's ghetto. It's ghetto. I get it. This is why I'm here, for you to call and tell me. If you can't tell nobody else, you can tell Calls from Beyond. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I need to start telling the world.
Yeah,
because
you told me some, and then all of a
it's
sudden
like I tell
don't
them in
know.
spurts. Like the scariest thing was the house with the flies, where my daughter was seeing things in the window, and then the house sitter seeing it as well. So I couldn't like tell her that it's just in her imagination. But the house in Chinatown, something was wrong with the house too. And I like scoured the internet looking for anything, any inclination as to what the hell was going on in this house. And it's just nothing. I couldn't find anything. It's like weird.
Yeah.
I think we have another caller in queue though.
I think
Yeah,
so.
we actually we're at 5 callers deep currently, and it honestly just keeps popping up. And I think that's the beauty of these longer live streams. That's for sure. I came up with a genius idea of Googling and seeing where some of these area codes were. So this next pick from me is a homer pick because I'm a Saints fan. So I'm gonna go to Nolans, baby.
Uh-oh, don't hurt him now, George.
We're gonna ask to unmute 8732, our caller 8732. I'm hoping we got a little southern draw to it.
Not Freddie.
If not,
Krueger.
I just hope you're a Saints fan.
They come in. Actually, I hate the Saints. I can't believe.
No, I'm like that with the Raiders. I live in Las Vegas. Since
Yeah. Oh
2011.
God,
I
no.
hate the Raiders.
Nope.
No, we are Steelers fans over here. Okay. Don't start.
I
Do
wasn't
not
gonna say anything
start.
that time.
We are Steelers fans. We are Steelers fans in here. And I know he's about to talk shit. He's trying his hardest.
I'm not saying nothing about nothing. Okay, I'll be Mr. Little Behaved over here. All right?
I think that person might have dropped. They said not Freddy Krueger. No, I've been a horror buff
8732.
forever. Like, I'm really surprised I didn't get into a creepy career prior to my 30s.
Yeah.
I love being scared.
I have a weird comment from Kale Straight. They said, just read a headline, sharks in Brazil test positive for cocaine.
That
But
doesn't surprise me. Are we really surprised?
Yeah, are we actually surprised by that?
What's the caller that sent the videos?
Oh, yeah, they were
I
supposed
sent
to
them No, I...
Black something, right?
Yeah.
Black Lake.
Yeah, they asked if they super chatted if we could
Even
show their
if-
videos.
Yeah, like, because I'm curious now. I didn't get to see the comment. I think Mr. Fresh.
Okay.
I think Manny's seen him, but yeah. And I wanted to blind react to them, so I sent them over to you.
Yeah,
Given
and
it.
George, I think, has them.
Black Lake still here?
I'm not sure. Is Black Lake still in the chat?
Potentially.
Hello, Akita. Tell him again. Oh, is someone in the
Hello?
chat? All right.
Five.
Hello?
Yes,
There we
hello.
go.
Caller, you're in the room.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hey, babe.
Hi. Okay, this is not Nikita. This is Latasha.
No, I was
Uh,
saying something to Akita about a comment she made in the chat. You good? Hey, Latasha girl.
Oh. Hey, boo. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
So, I'm good. Okay, so my situation, this happened like 2.5 weeks ago. So this was
Oh,
recent,
fresh,
girl. Like, yes, this is fresh. Okay, so, okay, so to tell you a little bit about my background, my mother, she's got a lot going on. She's Black, she's Puerto Rican, she's Creole.
Oh, she's
So I got a lot of
hot
lot of
ancestors.
ancestry
Yeah.
going on. Yes,
Yep.
baby. Yes, yes,
Mhm.
ma'am. And so, so my mom told me, you know, as a young kid, she told me, she said, there's some things. She was like, we've got, she just put it like this, different things going on. I didn't know what she was talking about. She didn't want to, elaborate until I got older, but that's for another topic. But that's just to give you a little bit of background of who you're talking to. So, okay, so here's the situation. Okay, so I'm laying in bed, and so I fall asleep. And so I had a dream about, it was a pair of legs, right? I know this sounds weird. It's a pair of legs, but it was like a woman. It was a woman, and like, it was weird because before I fell asleep, like, I was feeling, because I'm single now, right? And I'm just like, man, I miss the embrace of, of having someone there. And so all of my exes lately have all been men, right? And so I consider myself as, I guess,
I guess I don't know if you would call it pansexual. I just love who I love, you know. And
sure.
and so yes, ma'am. And so it was just weird because in the dream it reminded me of it was weird because I was dreaming, but it didn't feel like a dream. It was so strange. I know I'm kind of all over the place. I'm still trying to place it now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just start, and then maybe it'll all kind of come together. But okay, so I had a dream, and it was a pair of legs. I've never seen these pair of legs before, and so like whoever it was like a feminine pair of legs, and so like I grabbed that person. And like, you know how you cuddle someone from the back? So it was like that. And then instantly, it was like I wasn't asleep anymore, but I was still cognitive. And it was like, it felt like one of my exes. And I know that one of my exes has been dibbling and dabbling into some stuff. Like I'm becoming a little bit more spiritual now as well. And I do plan on, I'll just put it like this, being a part of your Patreon and getting initiated one day through you.
Yes. Listen, I got to get there first, but I got you.
Yeah. So I most definitely know I have to because I know the ancestors is calling, girl. So it's like I'm coming up out of the dream, and I don't know if I have on my tiger's eye or something, but I think I have something on that's like a protection or spiritual or something. And so I immediately become cognitive of everything, and it still feels like a human being is holding me, girl, from the back. And I'm like, what? And it's like I felt like I needed that love when I went to sleep, and I'm like, who in the world in the spiritual realm tried to like love bomb me or something? You know what I'm saying?
Playing
like,
with you in the spiritual realm. That's
yes. And so I immediately said, and it was not through my mouth, it was through telepathy. And I said, I didn't say, who is this? You know, when you kind of have an attitude, it doesn't come out, who is this? It came out, who this? You know?
Yeah.
Like, who this?
Yep. I know exactly
and so
what you mean.
when I said, yes. And so when I said that, because I kind of had an attitude because I shook it off and I was like, like I can't, this don't feel, it feels too good to be true. Like it felt like somebody was playing with me. Like maybe it was somebody
spirit.
that was maybe in the astral realm. Huh?
Trickster spirits.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And so it felt too familiar. And then as soon as I said, who is this, their mouth or their spiritual mouth, I don't know what it was right by my ear. And it sounded exactly like that ex.
Oh, no.
And you know how like someone's, yeah. And so you know how you hear that snicker, but you can kind of hear their voice in that snicker? It was them. It was them. And so like that has tripped me out because even after that, it kind of like, I felt like whatever that spirit was, it was trying to take, it already knew that I was in lack because I was feeling like I needed love or something, you know what I mean? And then it tried to take something from me, you know, but tried to make it seem like they were giving something, but they were trying to take something, but it didn't last for long because whatever it is that they tried to take or tried to make me feel like I was in a deficit of, they didn't, whoever it was or whatever it was, it didn't have it for long because I snapped back in, you know, within the next 2 or 3 days. So I've been tripping about that.
Listen, that's why I'm glad. Like I'm a spiritualist, and when I met my husband, he was not a spiritualist. I was not a spiritualist, and I'm kind of glad. I would never want to have a warlock for an ex. I would never want to be with someone who dabbles in that because some people cannot control their emotions, and then they start doing stupid shit like that. No, you ain't putting no spell on me. He ever talking about he put a spell on me? No, you have not. Trust me, my ancestors, they well fed and strong.
That's
they
just called a lead.
Right?
It's
no,
it's not a spell. It's just a lead.
Right. That's why I'm like, God bless the girlies that like a good spiritual strong king because I be questioning and like, what happens whenever you break up with somebody, a woman or a man that is spiritual, and they, you know, some of these people is dangerous. They get this rhetoric from TikTok and online that you can just do these things. No, Who told them that? I
Yes,
mean, they
ma'am.
can, but still,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And I'm telling you, I get downloads. I feel like I get downloads like it's like a quiet, unspoken thing that's in my spirit that like my spirit is telling me what this person is into. Like I don't even have to be around them. And it's like I automatically know.
No,
It's like
girl.
automatic, like a knowing.
Go ahead.
And so I was just like,
you got to disconnect that spirit
yeah.
from you because, and that's another, I cannot praise like enough praises to these girls, Trinity Oracle. They disconnect you from people, spaces, all of that. And sometimes it's a little bit more than you need to do spiritual wise, like protection. Some people like cord cuttings. Some people like to go to mediums and ask spirit guides and ancestors to block it, which they do in most cases. But sometimes people just, I don't know. Your ancestors will let you fuck around and find out. Do not think they're not above that. They are petty like they are in life. They'll let you learn lessons or whatever the case is. Just be careful, okay? Everybody in the chat, be careful dating because somebody will put some like this monitoring spirits is a thing. It's just unhinged, okay? Thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, thank you for your call.
And as for
Thank you. And
go ahead.
I was gonna say, so I do plan on tomorrow because girl, like, look, I'm gonna get a little ratchet real quick. I get paid tomorrow the way my bank account is set up, though. Like, but I do plan on. I do plan on getting. I do plan on getting the. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna tomorrow get what was it called? I forgot what it's called. I think he was talking about the $2.99, but I'm gonna get the highest one tomorrow because I need your help.
No, listen, I'm telling you. So on my Patreon, I have an array of different tiers that you can join. My cheapest Patreon membership is $5.55, and
what do they get with that?
I was just about to say they get all the spiritual tea. I do different series. I am planning on hosting classes just for my patrons that are free to my patrons. So shout out to the patrons that are in the chat. I do sometimes paid workshops. Like we had a tarot card workshop a couple weeks back. That was super fun. But this week, like we're doing the Orisha series where we learn about Orishas. So it's just a lot of information that you get for $5.55, you know? And we're opening our online store soon. So, you know, the bigger the tier, the bigger the discount. So go over to Patreon. Join us over there.
I am. I'll be joining you tomorrow. But thank you so much for your time. And
thank you for your support in the call.
I said,
thank
you. I just don't know if that was a familiar spirit or if that was actually that person that was doing it. But it
people be weird.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought, you know, and it's just like they keep having like family members to kind of like reach out or whatever, like
block them
her uncle called, like, and I'm just like, what is going on? So so I'm very much so aware. Like I can hear like footsteps. So like I'm very much so aware. I'm not. But thank you guys.
You are so welcome. Thank you. Remember, guys, if you would like to skip the line, because we do have a line, you are more than welcome to super chat, whatever the case may be. Someone did super chat and they said they had a short question. I'm trying to see if they actually asked the question in the chat.
Short question, but it's really a story. I told her all she has to do is super chat another $5 and she can skip the line.
Okay. Oh, she did. I think she did. It's Goddess. And
yep. Oh, so we need the last 4 of your phone number.
Yes. Let's get the last 4 of your phone number and we can get you in, ma'am.
So if you just want us to read a question on the show, on the air, you can super chat any amount. In order to skip the line, it is a $10 super chat. So we do have the phone number, George. It is 6179.
Got it.
Am I saying that right? I feel like Goddess is the correct pronunciation. I'm gonna ask when she gets on. I do feel like I'm saying it right, but
caller, you are in the room.
Hello.
Hey,
am I saying it right? Is it Goddess?
It's Aya.
Oh, damn, I was one syllable off. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, it's been a long time, y'all. I was waiting for y'all to start your show back up.
Oh, thank you.
Right, so Yeah, this is a short story, and I've been waiting for you to open up your readings too.
Girl, don't come on here
They're dragging
attacking
you
me.
tonight.
I closed them down,
Sorry,
babe. I said I
sorry.
gotta get my spiritual hygiene together. I gotta stop the scammers. Oh, but it's coming soon. Trust me. Trust me. We're gonna reopen up very, very soon.
I ain't come on here starting no trouble now. But anyway, so my husband is not into spirituality at all. He is strictly he's not even super duper Christian, but that's how he was raised, and the stuff I dabble in, he just don't believe in it.
Oh,
So
I'm over
I
here
got one
looking
of
to the
those-
side because are we married to the same man, girl?
If you knew who I was, you would bust out laughing.
Oh
But,
my gosh.
Yes. So, I was talking to you a little while back, and I was like, yeah, I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to go into these haunted places. I was talking to you about going to that haunted jail in Charleston, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I bought this little magnetic, what's the magnetic reader
The
thing that you
EMF?
go around in the room? That. Okay,
Yes.
so I got one for my house.
Mm-hmm.
And, at one point I had stuff was just moving around in my house. It was some weird shit going on. I was like, dang, there's something in my house moving shit around. I named him Judas. You told me not to name shit.
Oh my
I ain't
gosh.
naming
Hey,
nothing
girl, hey. I know exactly who this is. Where the hell
But
have
anyway.
you been? First of all, I'm gonna need you to
Okay,
email me. No, text me. You have my number. I'm not about to play with you. Okay, go ahead.
I be trying to respect your number, but respectably, that last reading you gave me when you told me that I was gonna get those 2 jobs, I got them 2 jobs. And they wearing my ass out like you said they would. They wear my ass out like you said they would. Anyway, like I was saying, so look, when shit was happening, stuff was not. I forgot what was happening. I don't know if stuff was moving around the house or what. But I was going around the house and I was using my little meter. I was like, something ain't right. And so in my closet in my bedroom, the meter's going off. I'm like, why is my meter going off in the closet? And so I'm just like, okay, well, let me go get my little sage, and I'm saging shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go back after I sage the house and it's not going off in there no more. I'm like, all right, good.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband, he liked to sleep on the couch a lot because he liked to be, in front of TV.
Mm-hmm.
He tells me, he's like, hey, I was like, I told him first. I was like, yo, my meter was going off in the closet. He was like, I seen this green thing walking through the house, and it went into our bedroom, and she went into our bedroom. And I was like, first of all, how did you know it was a she?
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, what did it look like? And he just refuses to talk to me about it.
Well,
He
me and
refuses.
I know this person very, very well, and she know I'm about to get on her ass. You named Joe Demon fucking Judith or Judas. What did you name it?
I did name him Judas, but Judas didn't come back. Okay,
You
he ain't been
think
here.
Judas didn't come back? He brought his homeboys, Demon Time.
He said,
That's
yo,
what he
I know a
brought.
good place where all welcome.
Look, Judas better not have brought no bitch up in here. I know that.
It sounds like that's what he did. He's having a whole kickback in your house, scaring the shit out your husband. Poor husband, Lord, I know he's somewhere having a cold cigarette because, baby, you didn't open up the doors to Haiti. It's just crazy. Like, I'm trying to be careful not to use her name because I wouldn't have recognized your name until you said what you said, and that's why I said, "Where the hell you been at, girl?" And I didn't know that she was fighting for your naming spirits and opening doors. Oh my god, I'm stressed. You know what?
I'm sorry,
ma'am. Hit me after this, cause baby, you didn't scared up your husband. Yeah, hit the cauldron up.
All I'm saying is he don't believe in what I believe in. He don't believe in but you seeing stuff, and you like, tell me what you saw at least. He won't talk to me about it at all.
He's scared.
And I just want to know,
He's scared. I'd be scared too. That man probably sleeping with rosaries at this point. Like, he's scared.
Come on now, we can't do this.
Girl, oh my gosh. So is that, you're not seeing anything? Did he see anything else after this?
That was it. After I staged the house, my meter stopped going off.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Respectfully, You about to get a whooping. Hit me up, please.
Oh, so
She didn't change her. I don't even know who is this woman on this. She didn't change her profile pic, her name on here, and I don't
Tried to
remember
blend
that.
in.
Trying to blend in and then think I wasn't gonna remember. This is one of my best clients. Goodbye, ma'am. I will talk to you in a minute.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later.
Love you
for the call.
down. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I have a very explicit rule with my investigation equipment. I do not use it at my house.
No, you.
Nope.
Nope.
No
Not on
spirit
duty.
boxes. No EMF detectors.
Nope.
No.
Because
REM
whatever's
pods.
there, it could be in peace as long as I don't see you. Listen.
Yeah, like if you're there, but like we're chilling, okay. Like, but I'm not gonna
right.
invite anything.
No,
by
I
turning
get
on
enough of
these
that from my ancestors. You know, we
communication
all be
methods.
like, oh, we see something dark. Like my ancestors are like track stars. I can see them dart out the side of my peripheral. And I'm like, why are y'all playing tag in my house? And I've already been told several times, it's just your ancestors. Like you see this like in your peripheral and you think it's something else. As long as you don't feel like it's anything else, that's that, right? But she didn't scare her husband up, baby. I would put you out the house. You'd be a homosexual at this point, homeless, a hobo, okay? Don't be doing that to that poor man. Again, if you would like to skip, please super chat over with the last 4 of your phone number.
It's a $10 super chat to skip the line. If you want us
Yes.
to read your question, any amount, super chat.
Yes.
You guys want to check out those videos?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. So
so-
someone during this live stream sent me some videos. Her name was Black Lake. I don't know if she's still here. Oh, she is. Okay.
They were. I don't
They
know if
were.
it's he or she.
Okay. So.
Damn, ring footage is always terrifying.
Oh,
I just
no.
wanted
Oh,
to-
it's always terrifying.
Ring footage?
Okay, so let me just read the email because she did give us some context.
Okay.
It says, as I was saying on the live YouTube chat in the comments, my brother-in-law has been living with us since February. We are both Aquariuses and energies are very heavy when together. Sometimes we get along, sometimes we're at each other's throat. He's going through a bad divorce and has recently started dating a woman that practices witchcraft.
Oh no.
Jesus. About a month ago, I went to the grocery store and couldn't get out of my car. I'm a combat veteran and had to deal with PTSD in the past, anxiety, depression, etc. But I haven't had panic attacks like this in years. He is also a combat veteran. We used to trauma bond. I'm sorry if this is not something you wanted me to read. I'm just giving context as to what we're looking at. Anyways, I came home from the store and tried to keep myself distracted and busy to try to get out of this weird doomsday panic mode attack. He sat me down and we talked for a while and then we ended up going back out lately. And this could be due to all the chaos going on, but I've been waking up almost every night for the last week out of a deep sleep and panic. Don't know why, and literally just lay in bed until I can go back to sleep. A few days ago, I woke up around 3. Lord, not the witching hour.
Yeah, nope.
I checked the living room camera and saw my brother-in-law had come home around midnight. I noticed this white circular light floating around and was curious as to what it was. I went downstairs myself after that and saw the live video, and it was still there. I haven't checked the cameras at night since then. I don't blame you. So let's look at this video. Wait. Back it up one more time.
So it's somebody moving right there. I think that's them like, oh, and then there was a light right there. Oh, right there.
What is that?
Ooh.
That is the fattest orb I've ever seen. Yeah,
There it is
no.
again.
No,
Oh.
yeah, no. So this would be easy to debunk if everything wasn't completely off. But that thing like just floated.
Here's the thing. Orbs. So like what I found a lot with orbs is oftentimes you can kind of tell if the room has a lot of, I call it debris, which is really just like dust, bugs.
Yeah.
That is like what we caught at the Pioneer in our first investigation, where it was moving against the grain and it's very clear and it's moving in like its own way. I mean, George, you were the one who originally found the orb at Pioneer. Are you kind of seeing the same thing?
Definitely in this one. And there's a few more actually.
Okay, so we have more to look at. Okay.
Yeah, we have this one. Let me pull it up for us here. Person's exiting right there.
Yep.
Dog's walking out. Orbs in the same exact spot.
Same spot. Interesting.
Wait. Was that another person on the
I think it was a
backside?
dog. Right, George? You said it was a dog with them?
Correct.
Okay. No, that looked like a person.
Look at,
That's why I'm like,
it
is there
gets
somebody?
really like shadowy here. I'm just I'm gonna hide you.
And granted, we are a little bit further away, but he put it up on our screen. Hold on.
So if you look, it kind of outlines the person.
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying. What is that? That's what I keep.
Oh no, that's a
That's a
person.
person.
Okay, that's the person, but like
Look
back
to
there,
the left of the screen.
Yeah.
Right now, especially.
what in the hell? And it's just like sitting. It's in the same spot.
On the left when they were on the right.
It was a dog.
No, yeah. So there's a dog there. There's her. She's like kind of back in the back of the house, but
Yeah.
it's in the same spot. It's just hovering. No, it did. Yes, it did look like something following the dog in that little entryway. I don't know what that is. That's what I originally saw. I said, "What is that?" And that's why. Do they have two dogs? Wait. Let me go back to the chat because this is stressing me out. Top left, it's a whole ghost moving. Yes, I see. Right, Nicolette. She says, "I see so many things." Me too. Okay, so where the dog is in the back.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it on this screen
Hold
now.
on, we're gonna look at this at another angle.
Yeah, there's like a whole thing moving over here.
That's what I saw originally, and you were like, "It's the dog," but I'm like, "No, wait a minute," because the dog came out, and then a whole person or like a shadow figure went back.
Whoa, right there.
Yes.
Whoa. So in that top corner, George, there's like a light.
Oh,
the light moves.
wait. She said we got 3 dogs. They have
Okay.
3 dogs, but that looked like the outline of a person.
Yeah,
to
that
me.
looks too high up to be a dog.
Yes, this looked like a person walking through the entryway to maybe the back of the
Hold
house.
on. Okay, so hold on. I'm thinking it might be that person's silhouette though, because if you look, this isn't a shower curtain. This is like a window curtain, because it's their kitchen. So it's probably to the backyard. So over here, like over there on where, right there. I think that's just their shadow moving against the light.
That's scary as shit.
But the orb is still there. Like that's still
that or right.
and there's
Even
still,
if we
like,
debunk the dog
Yeah.
part, there's what is that like? It's complete black. That's why I said
Yeah, that's what I'm
like.
thinking. It's like they have like a patio light and it's shining inwards.
But those look like blackout curtains.
Maybe. Well, because if you see the person there is like, it's when they're standing.
That's a shadow. That's what I thought. She said no. They do have 3 dogs, but
Okay.
it's a shadow that she's seen on there that she knows probably was not her dog.
Either way, it's still creepy. So is there
Girl,
still
you
more,
better
George?
get your, there's
one more?
another one. Lord, you came with the tea today. Okay, shout out Black Lake.
Hey, ask Black Lake, can we have access to her camera footage whenever they go to sleep?
And listen,
we'll just-
hey,
we'll
this
make
is
all the content. Yeah.
We'll do a ghost fight over
You guys are gonna see TikToks of this.
No, on me. Thank you so much for sharing. Again.
Yes, thank you.
It's just floating. The orb is just floating.
So is there nobody else in the room?
Nobody's in
Nobody's
the room.
Okay, because you can see it in the bottom
look
left.
At that. What is that light?
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, somebody said it went into the cup.
Yes, and if you look behind what looks like an island, possibly. I don't have
I
my
think it's a
glasses
table.
on.
It is. No, it's like a kitchen island. You can see paper towels on it.
What?
Oh, now
That's
that
what-
I'm looking at it, it looks like it looks longer because it's like a whole
saying.
stream.
Yeah.
That's
Top left
crazy.
again. Yes, Alexandria
Yep.
was like, it's top left. That's where I keep looking. Before he got to the table and something moved. Yes.
Yeah, that's
no, I
definitely
see that
creepy.
too, Akita. That is creepy as hell. So what you gonna do, girl? What,
They're gonna need to
you
do
got a
what we
ghost.
tell them to do is sage and.
Like a ghost. Sorry to laugh at your name.
Do you want us to come investigate?
Right. Would you like 3 paranormal investigators to come down and listen, call us the Ghetto Ghostbusters, because at this point, This is crazy. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for sharing that. That was cool. I mean, it's creepy for you, and I definitely feel for you, but it was super interesting to see.
Yeah. We don't have that much longer. For
Where's Black Lake at?
Huh?
Where's Black Lake at?
She's in here.
Yeah, you said yes. It's an island.
Where are you located, Black
If you
Lake?
want to tell us.
If you want to tell us. If not, you can tell us to fuck off and mind our business too. We would not be offended. But we just want to know where you're at. Because if you say something like Savannah, Georgia, I'm like, well, everything's haunted in Savannah, Georgia.
I'm in New Orleans.
Right,
okay,
I mean, I don't know what to tell you if you're in New Orleans.
They're like, I'm in northern Minnesota. You're like,
okay. You know, that's kind of, I heard Minnesota is a portal too.
I think everything that had native land on it is a portal.
It's creepy.
You guys ready for the next caller?
Yes, I think we can get through a couple more.
2709. Last 4 digits. 2709. What's really funny right now that I'm noticing, it took me forever to see this, but in your shot, Noah, it says calls from Bay. Caller, you're in the room.
Period. Hi, caller. How are y'all? Or how are you?
I didn't think I got me and my dad sitting here.
Oh.
Hey, Pops. Thank you so much for being so patient. I'm good. How are you? I say, hey, y'all, and there was really 2 people.
Yeah, there was more than one. Welcome.
Psychic.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much for calling in and being patient.
Thank you. Well, my name is Angel. His name is Anthony. I wanted to tell y'all a story. I'm from Albany, New York.
Okay.
And Albany is it can get loud, like say it gets quiet around like 1 o'clock. But before that, it's a city, so it's pretty active.
Mm-hmm.
And like I lived in the hood when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in my childhood home, and I had just gone through like a lot of like intense experiences. I had lost somebody I care about.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just sitting in my bedroom, and I was like just looking nowhere in general. I just was sitting there kind of blank.
Mm-hmm.
And out of nowhere, the fan turned on. Mm-hmm. And like, this was a fan that you would hear it when it clicked. And I didn't hear it click. It was just on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like, when I tell people this, it's like the most mundane thing. But it was like I was in a 3-bedroom house, nobody in the house but myself. Mm-hmm. And to just see it turn on like that,
I would have
left.
I'm telling you, I'm a scaredy cat. I would have left. I'm sorry.
I ran out my house. I literally I got up and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna act like it's a normal night and just go outside and just see who's outside. When I opened the door, like I said, it's the city, so there's people walking around. It's not like it's like regular life.
Yeah.
I look back up my stairs at my bedroom. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stay out here, play some Mario Winans. I don't want to know. I don't.
Yep. Ignorance is bliss.
I don't want to know.
I had to let that be life, but it reminded me of something that happened to me when I was a teenager, and I do know what that was. Mm-hmm. My grandma passed away, and I was the only person with her when it happened. So I had to be like first responder, but it was so scary. Like,
yeah.
So, I came back. She had ended up passing away, and I came back to her house. Mm-hmm. And my uncle, he's a officer, my Uncle Moni, he went, opened the door for me. I came in the house. It was just us, and everything was quiet. So I go up the stairs, and I lay my head on her pillow where she was sleeping when I found her, like, kind of in a bad way and had to alert everybody. Mm-hmm. So I lay my head on her pillow, and I feel something stroke my head from the top of my head to like the nape of my neck. Mm-mm. And I didn't feel scared because it was an assuring, like it was freaky because it was like, wait, there's no one here but me.
Okay, I do remember that. This is your grandmother, right?
I will hope so, or a guardian angel or something.
Yeah, you would know if it was like a heavy energy. If you did not feel like it was, then more than likely, yes, it's your grandmother.
No, I didn't feel scared. I just felt like I don't want to move. I don't want to look. I don't want to know. I'll leave that side of life.
and we could just be peace. We could be okay.
Right. She's
But then
I don't want to know.
the craziest part is that like a couple seconds later I hear footsteps coming up, and it's my uncle, and he like strokes the back of my head the exact same way.
Oh yeah. No, see? I do
Like,
believe that was just grandma being like, I'm okay, you'll be okay. You know, our loved ones, they reach out from the beyond. Trust me, they do. Via dreams, via sense, just touch. They will do that. So I don't
I'm
think
a
you
dream-
have anything to worry about.
I do get those dreams. No, it was that time that I was in my bedroom. I ran from that, hightailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you Dad?
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, I can hear.
Hey
Yeah, my
there.
situation was different.
Mhm.
Mine was a different. Mine was more like an evil thing, and I was in Baltimore, Maryland at the time.
Oh, you know that's a portal. I just made a video on that. It's crazy in
Yeah.
Baltimore.
And I was at my friend's house, and he was starting a new job, so he went to the store to get a 12-pack so that we could celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
And the radio came on. I didn't pay no attention. I was sitting there by myself, didn't pay no attention at all. And so I stepped in a room that he had that was next to his, but I ended up saying I'm going to bed, and I could hear them talking in the distance. And I always sleep with my light on for some reason. And when I wake up, the light was out. This happened 3 times. 3 times this happened. The light was out. So the last time I opened the door, so I could really hear them, and I had the light on. And I stayed awake for a good little while, fell asleep, light was out, door was open, but I seen a pair of eyes. And so I started bugging. I started bugging. I was about 37. And he said, hey, pass me that clock so I can be able to get up in the morning and start this new job. And the clock thing wasn't even plugged up. So then I said, man, this light keep going out when I turn it on. And so he said, oh yeah, my brother died in that room.
Oh, see, no wonder why you was in his space. He was like, excuse
Yeah.
me, what are you doing
And
here?
I got up. Yep, I got up and left.
I
got
don't
up and
blame
left.
you.
When I saw the eyes,
blame
I definitely got scared.
Listen, that happened to
and I
me,
told him
and
about
I
it.
was scared too. So I know.
Yeah. I was like, wow, what's going on here? Why does light keep going out when I go to sleep? And then when I the last time when I woke up, I looked up in the doorway, I saw the eyes. I didn't see nothing else, just the eyes. And I said to him, hey, look, man, somebody up here with me. He came up here. Oh, yo, man, my brother died in this room. I said, whoa.
Right.
You
That,
put me in here?
I
man?
was just about to say, you wouldn't tell me that. Like, that is a disclaimer. Hey, you know, you can spend a night, but I just want to let you know that my deceased brother haunts this room because it was his room.
Yeah,
you
I'll just
know,
go to Motel 6 at
right,
that point.
right. It's like, give me the option to be haunted. I don't want to be haunted. That literally happened to me. Except it was like a D word and some more stuff. But when I awake, I looked in the closet and it was eyes staring back at me. And I literally jumped out that bed like Popeye. And I was like, come on. Because I was tired. I already had fought it in the astro plane. I didn't want to fight it no more. So I knew. So it's nothing more eerie than looking at a pair of eyes in the dark looking at you. And it's like,
oh my God.
What the hell?
It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. I got up and left his house.
Oh, as you should have. I would have been like, this has been not so great. Y'all have a good evening. I will see y'all later. I don't blame you.
Yep.
Bye. Thank you
very
so
much.
much. Thank you so much for sharing.
those are
We
some
got a
great
double in one. I literally said, hey, y'all. And I was like, well, but it really was 2 stories in
2
one.
of them.
That's amazing. Thank you so much
Yes,
for
thank you.
supporting the channel. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Did we get cut off? Oh, our bad. Sorry.
Our bad. But thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, thank
So I think
you.
that's going to be our last call for the night. We had so many great calls. Man, I know we're about to get into everything we got going on, but
yeah,
people are here.
Yes, and we love you down for that because it's like we never even left off. It's not like we have. When did we stop in March?
It was the week of the last one we did was the week of the ghost hunt.
March.
Yeah, it was
And
the
y'all
day
came
before.
back in here like we just never.
It was the
even-
next week.
Yep. So I love y'all down. We appreciate everything. What are you working on? Where can they find you?
Yeah, so I mean, you can look up above me right now, the Truly Bizarre. So we are the channel's kind of leaning more towards paranormal investigations now, more so creepy videos, much like yourself. We currently have our last 2 paranormal investigations up that you can watch. One of them featuring Miss Noah, the Black Cauldron, where we had a lot, and all of them include George. I know George has his own fans, so George is in each of them.
I'm just waiting for Shy Trail to come back in here.
yeah, I
I got a
didn't see her.
message. I don't think she's seen that we restarted, but yes, George does have his demographic.
My super fans.
Super fan is not.
I want to
here,
create a
so-
sticker of
Yes.
myself so the members can get a sticker of me.
We might have to. We might have to do
We
a
might
George
have
sticker on the members. But so I'm currently working on a paranormal investigation edit that we just did, and if you were here for the whole show, you would have seen the 2 trailers for it. So that's what I've got going
we can
on.
close off the stream with them too.
Yeah, we can show them again. Before we get to everything else we have, what do you have going on, Miss Noah?
I feel like I'm trying to conquer the world. I feel like Pinky and the Brain.
Trying.
I'm
Yeah,
trying.
I would say you're doing more than trying right now.
So, of course, I am still posting on YouTube. I'm still teaching on Patreon. So, if you are interested in learning spiritual practices, specifically in ATR, and we do sprinkle some Wiccan in there for the Wiccan girlies, then you can join me on Patreon. I am hosting a trip for my subscribers and followers.
Where are they going?
We don't know. I let you guys choose.
Oh, what are the
So,
options? Do I get to pick?
We're
Bali?
thinking about Bali. So
Can I
our-
just go? Like, I don't have to do the
Yes,
spiritual
come
part.
on,
George,
what
let's
do
just
you
go do
mean?
You got your passport?
I don't have
Listen,
my passport. I'll have
you
to
got to
get
get your
I'll
passport.
go. I'll
Yes.
go. Austin doesn't have his passport.
Listen, so I came up with this idea to host a trip for you guys because it was a request that a lot of my patrons, a lot of my TikTok following asked me for. And the number 1 spot so far is Bali. So I'm like,
Damn.
okay, and we're gonna play with the monkeys if we go.
Play with the
and-
monkeys?
yes, and go get purified by their oldest waterfall. It's like
Wow.
a purification. It's gonna be so good. So if you're interested in traveling with me, you do need to take a survey so that we can know what you want to do, because it's Bali today, it could be Africa tomorrow, it can be wherever they go.
D Street Wednesday.
Right?
we
Not
could do it.
not D Street.
We could
They
go to the
said, "Oh, do you want to
tunnels.
go to Yosemite?" I'm like,
go to
"No,
the
I don't want to go."
You did a video on it. We go to the tunnels though.
The tunnel. Ooh.
That's too
You
scary.
want to? Do you want to meet the Men in Black? I'm sorry, we're talking about something totally different. But
Bali.
if you would like to travel with the Black Cauldron and have a great time and turn up, but also do spiritual baddie and bad boy things, you can find the link to my trip on the last couple of videos description. And yeah, but about those tunnels, for no, I don't think me or you are brave enough. So for those that has no idea what we're talking about, in Las Vegas, we have a tunnel system that goes like over 600 miles out of the city, and the mob used to use them, and people go down there for paranormal ghost hunts. But it is known that,
We're not going down there.
the locals know, like, aliens be down there, shapeshifters, it's ghosts down there,
homeless
demons,
people.
homeless people, the poor, our houseless population get it the worst. They're the ones who see these things.
Yeah.
And then they think just because they're houseless that they're like demented, but they're not. They're really seeing these things. So let's go to the tunnels. Come on.
No thanks. We will do the show
on.
here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you-
I've seen a video.
Yeah, I
I've
was
seen
about
the
to say, have you
documentary
seen
where
them?
this.
No, I'm not that brave. I'm not that brave.
See,
y'all.
I'm not that brave, but you don't give yourself enough credit because the paranormal investigation we did, you straight up were like, "I'll be in here by myself."
Yeah,
Two times,
was,
and I was
yeah.
like, "Okay, all right, we got
No,
a brave one here."
but y'all don't understand. Go on YouTube. Somebody already hunted down there, and
Yeah.
I was just like, I can't believe that that's underneath our city. Hell to the no to the no. So,
Yeah.
Oh, and then somebody said, I asked Black Lake where she was located. Utah.
Yeah, which Skinwalker Ranch is up there.
Right, Skinwalker City is a portal.
Utah is a portal video.
Utah. I lived in Utah for a year, y'all. And if it wasn't the Mormons that was making it a little weird, it was definitely the energy. So maybe we will do a Utah is a
Yeah,
portal.
might have to. So for the show though, as we have said, we're not going to be live streaming on our individual channels forever with this. We want you guys to go to the Calls from Beyond YouTube channel. It's in our titles on both of them, so you can click there and subscribe. We were at 2 when we started the stream, and as of right now, we are at 71. So people are definitely going over there because that's ideally where we're going to be posting all of this content.
Yes.
Granted, we're still going to be doing our own personal thing, so you don't have to worry about that. But eventually, we're going to stop streaming from our individuals, and you're only going to be able to see it on the Calls from Beyond. We have a merch store right now for Calls from Beyond. It's 20% off everything right now, so now's your chance to get in there, get some cool merch, maybe stock up for the winter. We have jackets.
Yes, maybe, and you guys, whenever you buy your merch and you tag us, we'll feature you. You know, we'll set up something where maybe we can do something special for the people that purchase merch or whatever the case is. But yeah, please follow Calls from Beyond. I'm telling y'all, I know I like to fake pump y'all a lot, but we will not be posting on my page or his page. Eventually, it will just be Calls from Beyond.
Yes.
So if you like it and love it, follow it, please.
And if you want to catch old material, or if you want to listen to it and you don't necessarily want to use YouTube, the show is available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts right now, including the older episodes. So you can go there right now, and then this one will be up again on there, so you'll be able to hear it. We're definitely trying to make give this show its own legs, and so we can't do that without you guys. But you guys are honestly the best fans of
you guys are so amazing.
Any niche, and we definitely appreciate you guys. George, where can the people find you if they weren't here when you initially told them?
At Mr. George Carmona, I got 2 followers from this Instagram festivities. I know I'm kind of getting the end of telling you guys to follow everything. By the time you follow everything next time, if you haven't already, at Mr. George Carmona.
Yeah, we're next live stream. We're gonna put everything down below.
Yes,
everything you're working on, the ghost hunt, the trip. Like I said,
yeah, we need to start pushing that trip. We need people to.
Oh my gosh! Listen, I was shocked that you guys wanted to even do this, and it's gonna be a ball. We're gonna have a time. Yeah,
next
we're thinking about next June.
Hey, you got payment plans?
Yes, we do.
Payment
plan? Affirm.
What's the? Oh, never mind.
No. Don't get discouraged. We have other. You only have to. That's just if you want. You only have to put like 25% of what the trip is down, and then you can just make regular payments. You don't have to finance it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm already paying under 2 racks Disney trip right now.
I know. Listen, your little guy.
Imagine that.
He had
you get
fun.
To fly
so
across the country,
the world.
The world. Yeah.
When I went to Asia, it was 14 hours, and I mean, it was amazing. That was. Yes, I want to play with the little baby monkey.
I have a 5-year-old. It's kind of like having a monkey.
Yeah, like I have a 4-year-old.
You guys get it. It's
yeah, like come on, you already know. But you guys definitely go click the link, take the survey. It's not posted here, but it is in the last couple of videos. Make sure you are following Austin on all of his platforms. If you're not following me, please follow me as well.
Yes.
My Instagram is weak as hell.
We're working on it. We're
working on it, but we need to get our followings up on each platform as strong as we have it on TikTok and YouTube. So please.
Which is funny because
I reiterated. Please don't get scammed. I
won't reach out to you either. I think it's like, I think I made it when somebody said, "Oh, you have a fake account," and I was like, "I really? I do."
They reached out to my mama, bro. Like they don't give a damn, and I was like, bro. They reached out to my daughter,
and you said that you caught them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I'm about that. Listen, I stand on business, so I tricked him and told him like, "Hey, I want a reading," and I got on the WhatsApp call, and he was shocked.
Who?
Yep, he was in the dark. It was a man, and I was just like, bro. So don't get scammed.
Don't get scammed.
Yes, but thank you guys so much for making us feel like we were back at home.
Yes,
truly appreciate it.
Yeah, it's we might be doing some more of these coming your way, but the only way you're gonna know is if you're subscribed to all 3.
Yep.
That way you'll get the notification.
Yep.
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yes.
Rumble, Threads. I'm on Threads. I don't know what to do with it though.
Have the platforms. Huh? Oh, Yasmin. Hey, babe. So the trip information is on the last couple of videos that I just posted. I also posted it on Patreon. And I know you're one of my patrons. So if you are interested, you can go to Patreon, or you could just simply go to one of my videos that I posted within the last week. And it's the first line that says, "Let's travel together." You take the survey. Please, y'all, don't be cheap with the survey, okay? Because it will disqualify. It's a whole process. Everything will be included, your food, drinks,
Drinks?
The food, drinks that's listed, your activities, your transportation. We will have a local who is a certified tour guide taking us around so we don't get kidnapped out there and that speaks English and the local language. We're just going to have a great time. It's going to be a 4 or 5 star hotel. They tell you all the details. They ask you where you want to go. So y'all vote and make sure, that you tell me what you want to do. Okay.
I don't even know what else to say, honestly, at
Yes,
that point.
I love y'all down.
Yes, thank you so much for supporting us again, guys. It's like we never left. We missed you just as much as you missed us. I'm being completely honest. Black Culture and I talked about it almost every week for a month straight. We were like, we should be doing it. And then I had the studio space and I was like, we can do it.
It feels so much better in here, Austin.
Spiritually?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
I did that. Actually, I did nothing. It's just there's.
You know what? Austin was not. Damn. Right. Don't be coming from my friend. He was not the negative energy. That was somebody else.
All right, George, take us out. See you next time,
All right,
everybody.
see y'all next time.